premier rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next-level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice. Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
On the Gonzaga Sports Network from Learfield.
Great to be able to compete against the highest level teams out there and just see where you're at.
Stromer out top. He'll shoot a three for the lead and hit! Dusty Stromer from straight away for Greg. Right side three for Ben. Why not? Ben Greg.
Gonzaga basketball is on the air. Welcome to the Northern Quest Resort and Casino pregame show. Now let's go courtside. Alongside Adam Morrison, here's the voice of the Zags, Tom Hudson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, where the second-seeded Zags are getting ready to take on the top seed St. Mary's in what has become a ritual here in Las Vegas. Gonzaga has played now in 28 consecutive WCC Tournament Championship games. St. Mary's is here for the fourth straight year. Mo, two teams that have seen a lot of each other over the years, getting ready to do it in the finals here one more time tonight. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, should be a fun one too. You know, bitter rivalries, great programs, both NCAA tournament bound in my opinion, but it's still a lot to play for. Seed lines, all those things matter. Should be a tough matchup for both teams. A
streak will continue here tonight. Since 2009, when the tournament moved to Las Vegas, Gonzaga and St. Mary's are the only two schools to win the title. Remarkable.
I thought BYU was supposed to clean up, and then I thought, the new guys that joined, this year were supposed to beat us. And
Yet here we are.
Yeah, it's the end for these two programs. Whatever.
It's amazing
the
that
two old coaches too. Like the two crotchety old buzzards, right? Are just winning again.
Yep. So. Coach Few in his 26th year, Randy Bennett in his 24th year, and squaring off for a third time this season. The Bulldogs made it to this 28th straight championship game thanks to a win over San Francisco last night, 85-76. The Bulldogs fell behind early, but caught a spark from Mike Ajayi, who came off the bench and just missed a double-double with 9 points and 8 rebounds. Ajayi, he'll drive, go up for the dunk, and my goodness, threw it down on two Dons. That was an extra little hop in his step there, Mo.
That was a terrific finish. Wow, I can't believe he got that through. Great dunk.
Yeah, Mike Ajayi was really good, Mo. You like to see that athleticism, that explosiveness, and that hustle from him tonight.
Yeah, he was all over the floor. He had 8 rebounds, 3 offensive, 9 points in less than 17 minutes. Didn't shoot it great, but he had a great impact on the game. Was good defensively as well.
And one thing that I think we're going to watch, Mo, is we kind of combine that performance with what we've seen and what we're looking ahead to tonight. The Bulldogs at the 4 spot in the 2 games between Ajayi and Ben Gregg. 5 out of 17 from the field for just 14 points. So obviously getting some kind of a boost from Mike Ajayi like we had last night would be paramount, because it's been tough sledding at the 4 spot for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we need them to, obviously rebound the basketball, but if we can stretch the floor and they could make some jump shots, obviously helps our inside presence. Ben Gregg was shooting it well for a bit, only took 4 shots last night, but we just got to shoot it with confidence, knock a few down, see some go in. They'll be fine.
No, the Ajayi dunk gave Gonzaga a 3-point lead. The Dons would rally to take a 37-35 lead at halftime. Now, there were 11 lead changes, 6 ties last night. The Bulldogs come out strong in the second half, and they get going. Graham Ike, Caleb Battle, 2 20-point scores for the Bulldogs last night. Battle really playing well, extended the lead to 6 midway through that second half. Inocente almost turned it over. Got it away to Huff. Huff for Hickman. Hickman to the baseline where he's cut off. Pass out to Battle. He's open. He fires. The 3 is good. The Bulldogs lead is back to 6. Caleb Battle finished with 21 points. He's averaging 16 points over his last 4 basketball games. Mo, it was it's been nice to see. I think these last 3 or 4, we've talked about it, under control, but still kind of electrifying, downhill, if that makes sense, right?
Under control, downhill, but not looking to draw fouls. Just going up and scoring the basketball, shooting it with confidence from 3. He gives us that burst from the perimeter spot that we don't have vertically, right? Nolan Hickman and Ryan Nemhart obviously can get downhill, but he gives us that. And when he's just playing under control, 21 points on 11 shots, extremely efficient.
So the Bulldogs led by 6 at that point, and then it was Ike's turn. Graham with just a monster game in the paint, posting his 8th double-double of the season. To the big man, Jabari at the three-point line. He hands it off to Beasley. Beasley into the paint, had it stripped. He wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Ike comes away with a loose ball to Battle. Battle driving, leaves it for Ike. Graham gets around the defender and scores it off the glass. San Francisco wants a timeout. Graham Ike, as I mentioned, the double-double, 27 and 10. And Mo, he's had some success against the Gaels as well. We were talking about this a little bit yesterday, kind of after the game. I was talking with Brian Michelson about it. You know, Graham has put together a heck of a career, right? He's following Drew Timme, the all-time leading scorer in school history, and people are like, well, what do you do? Well, he's averaging 17-plus points a game. I mean, he had a 27-point game last night to go along with those 10 rebounds. It's his 13th 20-point game in the season. He has really put together a solid career.
Yeah, he's been terrific, and he's delivered in big-time games, too. It's not just he's stacking those up against some of the weak sisters of the conference or a non-conference schedule. So, 27 and 10 last night, 9 of 13, kept his emotions under control, was getting fouled, and they weren't calling some of it. It was absolutely terrific. So he needs to deliver tonight. He's delivered in both games against St. Mary's, but he needs to have a controlled rage about him and go and score the ball. Then he's got to be a monster on the glass.
Yeah, Graham, 24 points, 19 points in the first two meetings on 17 of 30 shooting from the field against St. Mary's. So we'll see if he can keep things rolling as the Bulldogs look to knock off St. Mary's for the first time this year. St. Mary's has won 3 straight in the series, 4 of 5. And how about the 3-game win streak for them? It's the first time that they've won 3 in a row against the Bulldogs since they win 6 straight from 1987 to 1990. So, Mo, I always try to remind people, and all the credit in the world to Randy Bennett and what he's done, but when you just look at the numbers and you break them down, the Zags are still really good, and they've still gotten the better of St. Mary's in the majority of this rivalry. And sometimes I think over these last 5 games when we struggle a little bit, it almost feels like the thought is, oh my gosh, St. Mary's is so good. What do we have to do? Do we have to be perfect? Like, how do we have to do this? But I kind of am of the mindset that if this Zag team comes out and plays tough and matches the toughness, you've got a great chance to win this basketball game.
Yeah, if you look at the first 2 games, we had chances to win both of them. Yeah. I mean, we played terrible in Moraga.
Yeah.
I mean, we were bad.
Yeah.
We got off to a bad start, and then in Spokane it was a weird deal with the senior night and all that stuff, and St. Mary's starts 4 for 4 or whatever, and we start our 0 for 4. But if you look at those games, you go, hey, we didn't shoot it well, and we were still in each game. So if we can control the glass, in both second halves of those games, we held them 30% field goal percentage around that, where they were not, couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. A lot had to do with our defense. So if we can just shore up the runs and don't allow them to get off to a good start and get a 9-0 lead or anything like that, then I think personnel-wise we are better. But we have to be tough, and we have to play through physicality. It's no question, and it's not a knock on our guys, not saying they aren't tough, but you ain't going to get no calls from the officials tonight. And they play grab hold. That's what they do, and they're good at it. But you have to be able to go, hey, I'm going to get hit tonight around the rim. I'm just going to go up and deliver, score, and then run back on defense, slap the floor, and do all that stuff.
February 1st, the meeting in Moraga Mo's talking about. Zags lost 62-58, had the lead with 6:15 to play. We were tied at 58 with under a minute to play. And then, as Mo mentioned, the game in Spokane, same thing, fell behind 11-0, came back, took the lead in that game, had some opportunities, and it has been there for the Bulldogs. It's just going to be a matter of trying to get it figured out, right? And like you said, Mo, with not as many possessions, a lot of them are going to count, right?
Yes.
Also falling behind. We talked about falling behind. It was 18-8 Moraga. It was 11-0 in Spokane. Yep. You don't have to do that to them necessarily, but you can't let that happen.
Yeah, it doesn't help. I mean, usually most games that we play in, we go 80-something to 85 possessions. The last few games against St. Mary's, they're 60 to 65. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you just do the math. If you get down, obviously you have less chance to come back, and they're really good at offensive rebounding, one of the top teams in the country in rebound margin. If they tip it out, all right, here's another 20 seconds. Your guy's going to come off 4 ball screen coverages, and you know what I mean? It just wears on you. So if we can, get the pace going, but rebounding the basketball and playing through physicality is so important tonight.
Zags and the Gaels here at the Orleans Arena to determine the WCC Tournament Championship. Gonzaga basketball is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. We're going to take a break. Back after this, you're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Living a healthy, happy life is built on a foundation of good habits, wholesome foods, plenty of sleep, regular exercise, and for women, a breast cancer risk assessment by age 25, and annual screening mammograms beginning at 40. Our convenient Spokane area locations make scheduling your mammogram easy. Schedule your exam today. Call 509-455-4455 or visit www.inlandimaging.com/appointments.
At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza. At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza.
We care about your safety. If you need to break ground on a new outdoor project, be aware that buried electric and natural gas lines can be anywhere. It's the law to call 811 at least 2 business days before you dig. Spray paint white lines showing your dig zone, and a crew will mark the utility lines. Mark accuracy zone is within 2 feet of the mark, so always hand dig to expose the line first. Call 811 before you dig. The service is free for residential customers. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Ben's Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline 4 turbo, tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Ben's Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services is proud to sponsor Gonzaga Athletics. When it comes to your home or business, you deserve fast, reliable service, and that's exactly what you'll get. Our team is committed to delivering 5-star service with upfront pricing and free quotes on every job, so there's no surprises. Got a plumbing emergency? Don't wait. Call Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today at 509-954-5273 or visit ShawPlumbingServices.com. We're the Zags' trusted team for reliable service every time.
Welcome back to the Orleans Arena. Tom Hudson alongside Adam Morrison. Gonzaga and St. Mary's getting ready to go here. WCC Tournament Championship game. Numerica Credit Union money answers for people who know Gonzaga does in fact exist. Plus, show your Bulldog pride with your Zags debit card offered only at Numerica. Federally insured by NCAA. The Bulldogs coming off of that 9-point win over San Francisco last night to win all 3 against the Dons this year. Meanwhile, it was St. Mary's with a nice draw. We'll put it that way. Pepperdine made a nice run from the 9 spot to make it to semifinals, and congratulations to them. That's a heck of an effort. Start on Friday, right? When Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and make it to semifinals. But didn't appear that the Gaels used up a whole lot of effort last night. Moen winning 74-50 night, which is obviously good for them, and that's the way it all played out. But when you look at some of the the minutes played, Mikey Lewis ended up playing about 15 minutes, but it only played 6 minutes until there was about 10 minutes left. I mean, they kind of brought him in late just to help run out the clock, but a lot of their guys didn't play a ton after they got that thing under control last night.
Yeah, they had it on cruise control. It's the old boxing analogy. They fought a tomato can. And God bless Pepperdine, and we've given them praise because they looked better in spurts than they have in the past. But that's a good lead up for them next year. But it was no challenge for St. Mary's. Just lean on them physically, and those poor Pepperdine kids had to have been gassed too. They looked like they were running on E. So But that's what you get when you're number one seed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's happened for us a few times where we've had to play somebody we didn't expect. And so congrats to them, but St. Mary's definitely had the easier one.
Yeah, fantastic season for the Gaels, 28-4. They went 17-1 to win the WCC by 3 games. They won every major award: Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, Freshman of the Year. Freshman of the Year went to Osterap, at Portland, but they won all those. So they have had a dominating season. They've moved into the top 25 at number 19 and number 15. People starting to take notice of what they have done. And one thing that we will talk about all night long, Mo, is that rebounding, plus 10.5. They're the best rebounding team in the country. They're the 10th best team in offensive rebounds. And that always brings us back to Mitchell Saxon. He'll be playing in his 154th career game tonight, the fifth-year senior. He has 134 offensive rebounds to 121 defensive rebounds.
Crazy.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah. That's a crazy disparity. And then it's kind of been their deal for a decade, and now they're a little bit more ball screen oriented. But remember, they used to just park their guy on the left block, and then they would drive to the right and throw it up and shove you in the back. But that's kind of what they teach, and it's not boring basketball, but obviously it's effective. And I respect Mitchell Saxon because he's not a very skilled player, not a knock. Yep. But he's figured out to be like a major impact on a top 25 team for 3 years. And like you said, leading the country in that category. So he definitely has to be somebody we have to neutralize on the glass. I thought we've done a good job on him in the 2 games that we've played. He hasn't been a factor. It's the Luke Barrett. It's the Mikey Lewis, Harry Wessels. Those are the guys that we kind of have to take away the X factor, the wild cards, take those away, and then our personnel is deeper. And then hopefully we can get a win. But we can't let a guy like Saxon just dominate us inside, especially on the offensive glass.
Now Gonzaga and St. Mary's getting ready to go. The starting lineups have just been posted, and Braden Huff is going to move into the starting lineup for the Bulldogs tonight. So that's an interesting switch. We're going to go with that big lineup. Haven't seen a ton of it this year, Mo, but probably one thing that's going to affect that. I mean, we're going to see Morauskas in the starting lineup. They've started the same group for 32 straight games, but Wessels and Saxon have been playing a ton together lately. So you get those two big bodies out there and hopefully make a little statement early.
Yeah, let's see how that plays out. I like Huff versus Wessels. Obviously, Wessels has played good, but it's going to kind of neutralize kind of what they do. And I kind of like saying, hey, obviously we want to get out and play with pace and play fast with them, but if we can get in a rock fight, we got a pretty good rock fight crew too. You know what I mean? And so I think Huey's going to say, hey, look, this is going to be a slower possession game. We can talk about it all we want, but sometimes it is what it is. And if we can say, hey, Braden, tonight you can't let Wessels and Morauskas win your matchup. I like our chances, right? And then we say, okay, Caleb Battle, you got to neutralize Luke Barrett. He can't have 10 points on 4 shots, 3 offensive rebounds where he shoves you in the back, all those things. If we can do that, we've done a good job on Marcelonis, right? And he's a terrific player. I love his game, but he hasn't been effective against us at all in the first 2. So I like the change. I like, trying to chess piece. And also it's like, okay, if it doesn't work, you still go with Ajayi or Greg right off the bench. But like I said earlier, every scheme and every, situation is live. And guys' minutes and getting guys' shots are out the door, right? Yeah. So if somebody's going to have hurt feelings, sorry. We got a game to win.
Got a game to win. Second career start for Braden Huff coming tonight alongside Graham Ike on the Bulldogs front line. We've got a break. We'll hear from Bulldogs head coach Mark Few right after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
Close your eyes and imagine eating surf and turf at the fanciest steakhouse you've ever been to. Smell the beef, the fish, the cheddar sauce. Oh, there's no cheddar sauce at your imaginary steakhouse? Then open your eyes and head to Arby's. Get a beef and cheddar, fish and cheddar, or crispy fish. 2 for just $6.99. It's even better than you ever imagined.
Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
It's time for Home Team Rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa Rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice! Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Hey, we're back now on the pregame show with Bulldogs head coach Mark Few. Mark, just a great effort, withstood that initial barrage from Beasley and then those threes they made in the first half. I thought you settled down, did a nice job defensively, got back in on the boards as well. It was a great effort last night.
No, it really was. I mean, obviously, we fought off a spirited response from and courageous response, actually, from USF. I mean, Beasley hurt his ankle against us pretty severely, and he came back and was just one of those WCC tournament stories, man. He was just on fire, and their bigs finally made some threes against us, but we hung in there, and got it back to close to even at half, and then the second half we played really, really well on the defensive end, and were really efficient on the offensive end.
You talk about spirited efforts. Mike was flying around. I thought KB was fantastic. I mean, defensively, blocking shots, rebounding. Those guys really gave you some good effort.
They did. Exactly. And San Francisco had been pounding everybody as of late on the glass. And I thought, to your point, we did a really nice job of fighting in there. Mike was a huge key with that. Graham rebounded well, and KB got in there and high-pointed the ball on several occasions. And listen, we're going to need that effort and more tonight against St. Mary's on the glass.
And, Coach, obviously, it's St. Mary's one more time. It's been the top 2 teams, like you said. I mean, the glass is so key. I mean, they're the best rebounding team in the country. That's huge.
It is, and they're just so physical in there, and they get away with a lot of pushing and shoving, but they're built like that. And then what the guy who's really hurt us is Barrett, the 3-man, crashing from the perimeter, as does Morauskas, or 4. We've just got to put a body on those guys. It's tough. We got to find some offensive rhythm. In the past, we've had so much success against them in the past. We've got out in transition, and either from turnovers or just missed shots and played in space. I think we need to do a little bit more of that tonight.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Quick break. Back right after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard, until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Ben's Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camas Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure. Or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline 4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Ben's Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Close your eyes and imagine eating surf and turf at the fanciest steakhouse you've ever been to. Smell the beef, the fish, the cheddar sauce. Oh, there's no cheddar sauce at your imaginary steakhouse? Then open your eyes and head to Arby's. Get a beef and cheddar, fish and cheddar, or crispy fish. 2 for just $6.99. It's even better than you ever imagined. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
It's time for Home Team Rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa Rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice! Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
21 WCC Championships.
Denmark fakes the pass, shoots the three, and knocks it down for the Bulldogs.
30 championship game appearances.
Another three for Nolan, rattles home. 23 big ones for Nolan, who turns and barks at the fan who was giving him the business on the sideline.
This is the WCC Tournament. Now let's go courtside. Alongside Adam Morrison, here's the voice of the Zags, Tom Hudson.
In the last 10 years, Gonzaga and St. Mary's have met 29 times on the basketball court. That's the most of any two teams playing one another over the last decade. 8 of the 10 matchups have come here in Las Vegas in the WCC Tournament Championship game. Gonzaga looking to get back at the Gaels after they swept the regular season. 2 wins for St. Mary's by a combined 11 points. Mo, the WCC tournament has run through Spokane. It's run through St. Mary's. Nobody else has won it in Las Vegas since 2009. It's either Gonzaga, feeling the confetti, or it's been St. Mary's. We expect another real good one here tonight, and for the Bulldogs, an opportunity to get one in this series.
Yeah, this is going to be a highly contested game. Obviously, 2 bitter rivals, 2 good games, even though St. Mary's won 2 highly contested. The first 2 regular season, obviously bigger stakes, automatic berth in the tournament, seed line, all those things matter tonight. It should be a fun one.
It is almost time for basketball here at the Orleans Arena. When we come back, we've got our starting lineups, Mo's keys to the game, and our opening tip. It's coming up next. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close. Backstage pass is closed. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales, just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Learn more at verizon.com/access.
Support Gonzaga basketball through NIL. Zags Collective is the leading NIL collective supporting Zags student athletes through name, image, and likeness. Zags Collective creates opportunities for student athletes to engage with the community and grow their brand. Plus, you get access to autograph sessions, exclusive events, and more. Become a member today. Go to zagscollective.com and get started.
For the Cal Triple Play of the Day, where you can get tricked out cool trucks or sporty SUVs just in time for winter. And this week, you can delay all payments until next year. Get a minimum $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride, plus get a 2-year service maintenance program with every vehicle sold, which is a triple play opportunity this week at both Cal locations.
Gonzaga making its 28th straight appearance, the WCC Tournament Championship game. St. Mary's has been here 4 straight times. It's almost time to settle this thing once again between the Zags and the Gaels. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's game. First for St. Mary's, the Gaels 28-4, the champions of the West Coast Conference regular season with a 17-1 record. Augustus Marshalonis, the 2-time WCC Player of the Year, gets to start at the point. He's averaging 14 points and 5 assists per game. Joined in the starting backcourt by Jordan Ross. He's a 6'3", 190-pounder who averages 6.5 points per contest. Luke Barrett, the former walk-on, will get the start at the 3 spot. He's averaging 9.7 points, 5.5 rebounds per game, 11.5 and 8 over his last 4 contests. He has played well. On the front line, Paulos Morauskas, the transfer from Arizona, he's averaging 12.5 points and 6 rebounds per game. Mitchell Saxon gets the start in the middle, the 6'10", 250-pounder out of Seattle, playing in his 154th career game, 5th-year player. Averaging 10.4 points and 8 rebounds per contest. Meanwhile, for the Bulldogs, Ryan Nemhard gets the start at the point. He is leading the country in assists, averaging a double-double on the season, 11 points and 10 assists per game. Nolan Hickman will start alongside him in the backcourt for the Bulldogs. Nolan averaging 11.5 a contest. And then we're going to have Caleb Battle starting on the wing. The Battle averaging 16 points a game his last 4. Braden Huff gets the starting call for the second time in his career. He is going to start alongside Graham Ike, coming off a 27-point, 10-rebound performance. So Ross, Marcelonis, Saxon, Morauskas, and Barrett for the Gaels. Nemhard, Hickman, Ike, Battle, and Huff, the starting 5 for the Bulldogs. Mo keys to the game for Gonzaga to win this tournament title. It would be their 22nd.
Well, first and foremost, I think we got to shoot it well from 3. The 2 games we played them during the regular season, we did not shoot the ball well from the outside. Second, play through physicality. This is a team that likes to grab and hold. You and I can complain about it on the radio. Nobody wants to listen to it. It's the tournament championship. You got to play through physicality and deliver. Third, most important, especially with a St. Mary's team who's number 1 in the country rebounding differential. Got to win the glass or at least be neutral. We were minus 19 in the 2 games against them this season. Got to try to win the glass. Can't let them push you underneath.
Let's look at our keys to the game. The Gaels 10.5 margin in rebounding. The Bulldogs not too bad themselves at 6.5, but St. Mary's has gotten the better of GU in the first 2 games. Now the Zags, as the number 2 seed, will wear their road blue uniforms today with the red and white trim. Gonzaga across their chests, their names in white on the backs of the uniforms. St. Mary's, the number 1 seed, going to wear the home white uniforms with the red and blue trim. St. Mary's written across their chests. as they are introduced to the crowd here at the Orleans Arena. Names in red on the backs of the uniforms for the Gaels. It's a rivalry that has developed here on the West Coast that has been something that has become really special. Two coaches that have a combined 50 years of head coaching experience at the respective schools. Coach Few, in his 26th year, closing in on 750 career wins. Randy Bennett in his 24th season of leading the Gaels. He has won 560 games in his St. Mary's career. So two guys who have stuck around, and they've turned their programs into some of the best on the West Coast. And Mo, for the Bulldogs coming into this thing, I think an opportunity to maybe put a little bit of talk to rest. Kudos to St. Mary's. They have done it. They've won 4 of 5. They've won 3 in a row. But an opportunity for the Bulldogs to show some of that toughness and say, hey, a lot of the numbers still point our way.
Yeah, I mean, with the 2 games that we lost were close and they were winnable. We didn't play great. They didn't play great either. There was just little things which good teams win those little battles. So I think if we can just shore up certain aspects of the game, get off to a better start, we have a great chance. We're playing better basketball than we were at the 2 times that we played them. It's all about just going out and kind of delivering in March, man. That's what it boils down to a lot of times. You can scheme and do all the things with your personnel. Yes, that stuff matters, but if you can't deliver, knock down shots, play through physicality, rise up to the moment, it's all for naught. So this is a great opportunity for both teams. Be nice for us so we can just relax on Sunday and
enjoy up. It becomes 3 or 4 best days of the year, right? You know you're in. You can kind of relax, enjoy a little bit of the fruits of your labors before you have to get back to work on Monday after you find out who you're going to play in the NCAA tournament. So one of these schools is going to get that opportunity. Zags coming in with a net ranking of 8. St. Mary's is at 20 coming into this game. Both teams with some impressive metric numbers. Again, just such contrasting styles. The Bulldogs second in the country, scoring 87.5 points per game. Second in the country, shooting 50.2% from the field. Meanwhile, St. Mary's, their numbers aren't great necessarily. They shoot 45%. They shoot 33% from 3. That's 122nd and 227th in the country. But with that rebounding margin that they have, Mo, they make the most of their second chance opportunities.
Yeah, it makes it really difficult with a team that's so methodical and so efficient on the lower amount of possessions they have. If you allow them extra ones, I mean, it's easy to figure out. It makes it difficult for you to stop them, and then you just burn the clock, and then you look up and you go, oh my God, it's 55-52. What the heck happened? It's just less possessions. They've done that. I've talked about it in the pregame. Usually we're in the 80 to 85 possessions, and the last times we played them 60 to 65. There's a big difference.
Zags walk out on the floor. Here come the Gaels. And it's time to get this championship game started. Again, Braden Huff getting his second start of the season in place of Ben Gregg. Graham Ike is going to jump center for the Bulldogs. Zags will move left to right in the first 20 minutes of action here at the Orleans Arena. Marcus Pettigrew, Gregory Nixon, Ray Natale, a veteran officiating crew on hand for tonight's championship game.
Our guy, Gregory Nixon.
Marcus Pettigrew steps in. The ball is in the air, and the opening tip is controlled by the Bulldogs to open this championship game. Nemhard will walk it across half court. One-handed pass to Huff at the three-point line. Braden looking to Ike at the free throw line. Hands it back to Huff. Braden dribbles to the free throw line, trying to feed it to Ike. Pass a little bit off the mark. Graham chases down the loose ball. Going to work on Morauskas, backing him down. Spins to the baseline. A little fadeaway. Rim bounces around a couple times and drops. Zags strike first.
Yeah, good start, obviously. 11-0 last time we played them, so 2-0.
Barrett has the ball left side, plays 36 minutes a game, gives it up at the left elbow to Morauskas. Bounce to Saxon. Saxon going to work on Ike. Gets him in the air. Graham blocks the shot, but he's also called for the personal foul, his first.
You got to stay on your feet. I know it's tough to fight that temptation, but you got to stay on your feet and wall up.
That's going to send Saxon to the free throw line. Saxon 52% at the line this season. And his first one is no good. The Gonzaga student section right behind the basket that St. Mary's is shooting at. And waving their hands, trying to distract Saxon. as he gets ready for his second. Senior out of Seattle in his 5th year. Second one is on the way. That one just clears the rim and in. 1 out of 2. Nemhard will bring it into the front court for the Bulldogs. Bounces at top of the key to Hickman. Back to the basket, defended by Ross. Now spins around. Couple of dribbles right side to Battle. Battle defended by Barrett. Gets a screen from Ike. Fires it back to Graham. Graham fakes the jumper. Gets into the paint. Little hook shot is a little bit short. It's a lot of contact with Mitchell Saxon. Here we go the other way. Ross with it. Bulldogs lead is 2-1. Morauskas out top. Over to Ross. Ross, extra pass, left corner. Barrett is wide open. His 3 won't go down. And Battle skies high for the rebound for the Bulldogs. Gives it up right side. Nemhard into the front court with a left-handed dribble. Back to Battle. Left side 3. That comes up short. And St. Mary's has another rebound. Ross brings it the other way for St. Mary's. Here's a pass to Barrett, left side. Back out top, Marshallonis. Now right side, Morauskas. Marshallonis one more time. 12 seconds, shoot, drives with the left hand. A little Euro step. He lost the handle, got it back. Bounces it to Morauskas. Spins, shoots. It's off the back iron. Ike has the rebound for Gonzaga. Nemhard quickly into the front court with it. Bounce to Huff. Huff spins to the baseline on Morauskas. Up and in. 4-1 Bulldogs.
Great, solid move. Fakes middle, goes baseline to that left-hand hook.
Marshallonis into the front court. Right side pass to Ross. Out to Marshallonis. Gets a screen from Saxon. Dribbles to the left wing. Fires it back right side. Morauskas fakes the 3. Dribbles to his left. Can't get it up. Instead bounces for Saxon. Saxon 4-5 moves. Gets up a shot. Barely draws iron. Ike good defense and has the rebound. Quickly to Nemhard. Ryan driving. Gets all the way to the rim. It's rejected by Saxon. And St. Mary's comes away with it. Marshallonis into the front court. Surveys. Bulldogs get back defensively. Gives it up to Saxon. Right back to Marshallonis. Marshallonis dribbling to his right. Picks it up. Saxon calls for it. Can't get it there. Instead over to Morauskas. Morauskas driving with the left hand. 14-footer. No good. Ball is secured by Barrett. The putback is good. Luke Barrett coming out of the corner. Just beat everybody to the basketball. Battle to Ike between the circles. Graham, wraparound pass, trying to bounce it down low to Huff. It was tipped by Saxon. Huff able to gain control of it, feeds Battle, who drives to Ike. Shot up, it's in, and a foul on Luke Barrett.
Great pass on the drive from Caleb Battle. What a start for Graham Ike. Good finish through the contact. We talked about that in the pregame. You're going to have to play through physicality. I like our energy so far, Huddy. You guys are flying around.
A foul on Barrett will be his first and sends Ike to the free throw line. Graham has the ball from the official. And the free throw is good. 3-point play. Zags 7, Gaels 3. A little full court pressure from Gonzaga. Ross bounces it over to Marshallonis, right back to Ross. And the front court to Barrett. Barrett with underhand flip to Marshallonis to Barrett again. 3-point line pass in the corner. Morauskas shoots. 3 is no good. And the ball is going to go out of bounds. Nemhard was going to grab it, but just let it kick into the Bulldog bench, and it's Gonzaga ball.
I like our defense. We're going to kind of a zone, and then after about the second or third pass, we're matching up. Braden Huff twice on drives from Morauskas has done a good job of shuffling his feet and contested. That was the question mark, was starting him. Can he move his feet against a quicker kind of 4-5 so far passing that test?
Morauskas checks out, and it will be Harry Wessels who checks in, the 7'1", 275-pounder. Wessels and Sachs have been playing together more with that big lineup. Nemhard up the left side for Battle, right back to Nemhard. Ryan 30 feet from the basket, dribbles to the top of the key, gets a screen from Ike, turns the corner, fires it back to Graham, extra pass, Huff, shot up and in. Bulldogs 9, Gaels 3.
Yeah, big-to-big passing right there. Spot on.
Right side Ross, back out top Marshallonis. Dribbling with the left hand, gets a screen from Saxon. Gives it up to Ross in front of the GU bench, back out to Marshallonis, calls for another Saxon screen, he gets it. Dribbles to the left elbow. Fadeaway jumper, Marshallonis, good.
Tough shot, that's pretty good defense. Little 6-footer fadeaway.
Zags lead is 9-5, Nemhard. It's a screen from Huff, the 3-point line left side, to the free throw line with a dribble, behind his back. Can't get up a shot, passes out to Battle. Battle gets a screen from Ike. Turns the corner with the left hand, little one-hander. Caleb hits, Bulldogs with an 11-5 lead.
Yeah, I like that move right there, just simple. not leaning, on balance. Good shot.
Marcellonis into the front court. Defended by Hickman. Gets a screen from Wessels. Dribbles to his left. Fires a three. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds. Wessels had his hand on it. Nemhard knocked it away. Off of Wessels' knee. It'll be Gonzaga basketball.
Yeah, excellent hustle play by Ryan Nemhard, coming down to help his big out and strip that ball out of bounds. Great start for Gonzaga.
First official timeout of the night. Zags 11, St. Mary's 5, 15-26 to play in the first half. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Today's students are smart, savvy, and heading towards a future filled with possibilities. Education is the light that can help guide them on their path to fulfilling their dreams. That's why Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. With every lottery game you play in the pursuit of making your dreams a reality, you're supporting the next generation of game changers who are using education as the way to reach theirs. Thanks for playing, Washington.
Anyone who works for themselves has the toughest boss on the planet, a real taskmaster with no respect for nights or weekends. Still, it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. Wheatland Bank makes running a business seamless with a careful mix of personal service, deep resources, and the latest tech. After all, you're only human. Unlike that bully whose name's on the door, you're five-star Wheatland Bank. Relationships you can count on.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Welcome back to the Orleans Arena. Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you here tonight in the championship game of the West Coast Conference Tournament. And Mo, just a fantastic start for the Bulldogs. Yeah, they've knocked down shots, but the energy has been fantastic as well.
Yeah, flying around, only -1 on the glass, but 5 of 8 from the field, attacking. Defensively, we've flown around as well. 2 for 8 for St. Mary's. Perfect start for us.
Gonzaga leading 11-5. Bulldogs hit 5 of 8 to open the game. 2 of 8 start for the Gaels. And Braden Huff getting his second start of the season, starting alongside Graham Ike. And Ben Gregg is going to check in, replacing Graham. And Nemhard into the front court with it. Dribbles to the right side of the floor in the front court, about 25 feet from the basket. To Huff, back to Nemhard. 3-point line left side. Now gets to the right elbow with the dribble. Bounce it to Huff. Huff trying to spin on Wessels. Can't get up a shot. Flips it back out to Nemhard. Nemhard bounces to Huff. Braden fires a 3. Rattles it home. Bulldogs 14, St. Mary's 5.
Love that pick and pop aspect of his game. Stretch the floor.
Barrett with a basketball. Gives it up to Ross. Ross back to Barrett. Barrett tries to drive baseline. Denied by Battle. Here's a bounce for Saxon. Saxon picks up his dribble. He's trapped. Pass deflected. Stolen by Nemhard. Bulldogs running 3-on-2. Caleb Battle splits 2 white shirts. Flips it off the glass and in. Bulldogs by 11.
Defense into offense. Listen to this crowd, Huddy. You love it.
Zags on top. 14.5 to play first half. And listen to him go. Marcellonis off the Wessels screen. Driving with the left hand. Can't get up a shot. Kicks it back out to Ross. The lefty fires. Back iron, no good. Fight for the rebounds. Wessels tips it out. Nemhard steals it. Here comes Battle again. 1-on-2. Caleb this time goes to his left. He's fouled and will head to the free throw line.
I love our energy right now. That in the first 2 games, that ball, they won that ball. Yep. Kick out to midline. Nemhard comes in, slaps it away, leads out to a break. Our guys are playing with poise, playing with toughness. Obviously, plenty of game to go, but it's such a crazy difference when you play on the front foot. How much better you look.
Caleb Battle to the free throw line. First one is good. Mikey Lewis is going to check in for Jordan Ross, the 14-12 mark. KB makes them both. He has taken over the national lead in free throw shooting percentage, nearly 94%. His two there give the Bulldogs an 18-5 lead. Hickman pressures Marciulionis in the backcourt. Pass over to Lewis. He'll flip it in the front court to Barrett in front of Coach Few on the Bulldogs bench. Barrett gives it back to Marciulionis. Couple steps inside a half court. He'll call out the play. Screen from Wessels. Dribbles to his left. Pass in the corner. Barrett fakes the three. Drives. Kicks it out to Lewis. Lewis gets to a 17-foot pull-up jumper and hits it.
That's all right. Ran him off the line, right? He didn't get a chance to shoot the three. I can live with that jump shot all night.
Zags 18, Gaels 7 as Nembhard walks to the right side of the floor with a dribble. Short pass between the circles to Gregg, now left sideline, Hickman. Hickman fires to Huff. Huff finds Gregg, hammers it home with two hands. Great energy, Bulldogs by 13.
Big-to-big passing once again. That's a poster.
Saxon went down. Zags fans on their feet again. Marciulionis to his left, passes back right to Lewis. Lewis gets a screen from Saxon, refuses it, gives it up to the big man, right back to Lewis. Lewis to Saxon, little pick and roll. Saxon barrels into Ben Gregg, misses the shot. Wessels with the rebound. Battle comes in, strips it away. We've got a jump ball. And Bulldogs giving the Gaels a taste of their own medicine right now. Harry Wessels, who
complaining about
being fouled.
Yeah, a little bit different when it happens to you, huh?
Yes, it is. And the Gaels have a 30-second timeout. Zags are into it. Their fans are into it. Bulldogs by 13. Just over 7 minutes gone by here at the Orleans Arena. Well, visit Spokane, home of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. This busy city along the roaring Spokane River Gorge has it all. Culinary, beer, wine, entertainment, and outdoor adventure. Whether you already live in the area or you're looking for a vacation, start planning adventures now. Go to visitspokane.com. Live like a Zag. So 30-second timeout called by Randy Bennett. Braden Huff getting his second start of the season, has 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting. Caleb Battle with 6. Graham Ike sits on the bench with 5. Bulldogs 8 out of 11 from the field. St. Mary's is 3 for 11 so far.
It's crazy what happens when you just fly around.
Yep.
I know it sounds so simple, but you're flying around. It's making it really tough for St. Mary's to get anything going. Our defensive, sliding our feet, getting over the top of ball screens, and then that rotation right there by Ben Gregg to cause the miss. It's fantastic from the weak side.
Emmanuel Inocente has checked in for the first time. He replaces Hickman. Lewis with the ball off the inbound, gives it up left sideline. Marciulionis has it, kicks it back to Lewis. He'll catch and fire. That three is off the back iron, and we're going to get a whistle, a foul, and let's see who it's against.
Nembhard.
It's against Ryan Nembhard.
That's fine. He was boxing out on a switch on Wessels. I can live with the forearm face box. Sometimes you got to do it.
The second team foul on the Bulldogs. Marciulionis is going to inbound on the baseline. Gets it into Barrett, spins into the paint, can't get up a shot to Saxon, right back to Lewis. Lewis skips it left side, Marciulionis. Fakes left, dribbles to his right, Bulldogs trap him, he gets away to Saxon at the free throw line. Saxon off balance, Huff maybe got a piece of it, ball batted around, and again the Bulldogs win the loose ball. Battle the other way, lays it up, wouldn't go down, and it's St. Mary's basketball. And now Battle's going to be whistled for the personal foul, grabbing Mikey Lewis. And Coach Few is so right. How in the world is that not a foul?
A foul on the layup attempt by Battle. He got hit on the arm. You know what? I love that, though. He goes down and just pulls the guy down. Why not, right? Yep. Great hustle.
Battle stuck with the play. The score's still 20-7 Bulldogs. 12:25 to play first half. Here's Saxon on the pick and roll. Drives Wessels with a clear out on Gregg. And opens up the wide open lane. 20-9 is the Bulldog advantage. Nembhard into the front court to Gregg between the circles. Left side, Battle has it. KB, no look to Huff at the three-point line. Out to Nembhard. He'll shoot a deep one. That one comes up short. Saxon rebounds for St. Mary's. He hands it off to Marciulionis. Marciulionis dribbling to his left. Bounces to Saxon at the free throw line. Saxon putting his shoulder into Gregg, off the glass, tough angle finish.
You're going to give him that, though. That's fine. We're trapping, and he's going to have to hit that shot all night.
Nembhard gives it up to Inocente. Now Gregg trailing the play. Ben dribbles it once, right side pass to Nembhard. Nembhard turns the corner with the left hand, passes to Battle. He'll shoot a three from the left side. That one rims out. Marciulionis rebounds for St. Mary's. He'll bring the Gaels the other way. Passes to Saxon behind the play. And now for Wessels. Wessels defended by Gregg, backing him down. Here comes a double. Huff knocks it away. Nembhard comes away with the basketball. Ryan on the run. He drives on Lewis, leans in, and gets it to roll. Nembhard with the finish. Bulldogs lead it by 11.
Great individual play in the open court. He splits two defenders. Simple basketball.
Marciulionis is going to bring the ball up the floor. Morauskas waits to check back in. Marciulionis to the right wing, bounces back to Saxon. Saxon drives. We've got a whistle before the shot. And I believe it's going to be Braden Huff. Oh, they're going to call it on Battle, his second. And that'll bring us to an official timeout. 10:55 to play in our first half here. Championship game at the Orleans Arena. It's Gonzaga 22, St. Mary's 11. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close. Backstage passes close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales, just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Learn more at verizon.com/access.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Zags lead 22-11, 10:55 to play. Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you. And how about the GU band, Mo, breaking out a little Ozzy Osbourne?
There we go.
How about that? A little crazy train. I like it. Well, Bulldogs have been playing with wonderful energy still, Mo, and obviously they're knocking down shots, but it's not just that. It's, like you said, chasing down loose balls that we have lost in those first 2 games, making aggressive plays defensively against their bigs. The Bulldogs still playing very well.
Yeah, playing terrific. The energy's amazing and just flying around. No turnovers on 6 assists as well. The 50-50 balls, we're probably winning 3/4 of them right now. So I just like our energy. Be curious to see how St. Mary's out of that timeout. They've been punched in the mouth 2 times in the 2 media timeouts. See how they react.
Well, Mike Ajayi checks in for the first time. Graham Ike is back in. Here's a pass out to Barrett. Barrett left sideline, couple of dribbles, tries to hand it off to Marciulionis. Bulldogs deny that. He passes over to Saxon, who gets it to Marciulionis. Dribbling with the left hand, passes back to Saxon, fakes the shot, and goes to the left hand to finish. 22-13 is the Gonzaga lead. Nembhard into the front court, left side pass to Hickman, who's returned. Gets a screen from Ike, dribbles to the top of the key, now back to the left wing. Bounces for Graham. Graham almost loses it out of bounds, able to save it. And has to pass it away to Nembhard. Nembhard back to Ike, pulls up, shot a little bit too strong off the back iron. Saxon tips it to Marciulionis. Wessels is checked out. Morauskas is back in for the Gaels. Morauskas has it now at the 3-point line left side, hands it off to Barrett. Barrett into the paint with a dribble. Ajayi denies him. They work it back out top. Now Barrett again. Here's a double team. Ajayi comes over to help. Morauskas able to fire it out to Lewis. Extra pass right side. Barrett shoots a 3. That one won't go down, and Gonzaga has the rebound. Innocente comes away with it.
Great box out by Hickman on Morauskas.
Nembhard into the front court. Dribbles to his left, passes back right. Hickman thought about a 3, pulled it down. Instead bounces it for Ike. Ike back to Hickman. Sets a screen. Nolan, a little hesitation move. Tries to reverse. Saxon blocks the shot. Ball's out of bounds. Last touched by the Gaels. Second block for Mitchell Saxon, the Defensive Player of the Year in the WCC.
Yeah, great timing on that. That was a heck of a defensive play. Nolan tried to fake him out and tried to use the rim as a protector. He waited for that one.
Nemhard's going to inbound for the Bulldogs. Lobs it out to Ike at the three-point line. Graham gives it up to Hickman. Hickman can't get around Barrett on the drive. To Ike. Hickman one more time. Nolan, 3 seconds to shoot. He will from the right wing. Won't go down. Ike tips it, but Barrett controls it for St. Mary's. Zags lead it 22-13. Lewis into the front court. Lewis driving with the left hand. Leaves it for Saxon. He catches and scores it off the glass. Saxon heating up here for the Gaels. And here come the Bulldogs again offensively, trying to get things going again. Ike behind the play. The Bulldogs lead is now 7. Ike hands it off to Nemhard. Ryan drives, bumped off course by Morauskas. Loses the handle, gets it back. Nemhard gets a screen from Ike. Driving with the left hand. A little pull-up jumper from 10.
Nice.
Good.
Shot's going to be there if they're running a drop coverage in the high pick and roll. 10 to 15 footers are going to be there for our guards.
24-15. Zags with the lead. Marcellonis dribbles to his left, gives it up to Morauskas. Right sideline for Barrett. Barrett trying to drive on Ajayi. Can't. Bounces to Morauskas. Morauskas spins on Hickman. The Zag bench wanted an offensive foul with a hook.
Too. I thought that was a hook.
They got Hickman instead.
I love how Nolan's competing because he's getting some switches on Morauskas. He had that box out the previous play. He's paddling his tail off defensively.
Marcellonis inbound to Lewis. Now to Barrett. It's stripped away by Innocente, and that'll force a tie-up. Great play by Emmanuel. And then Nemhard jumped on it for the tie-up, and it'll be Gonzaga basketball.
Yeah, that's a beautiful slide your feet with your hands back and force that turnover right there. That's tremendous defense.
8 minutes, 26 seconds to play in the first half of this championship game. Zags lead 24-15. They have not trailed. They jumped out to an early 16-5 advantage. Ajayi inbounds to Nemhard, who brings it up the floor and into the offensive end. Dribbles to his right, picked up defensively by Marcellonis. Pass to Ike, right back to Nemhard at the three-point line. Fires one over to Hickman on the right side. Ike calls for it. He's got it to him. Ike and Saxon, Graham backing him down. Gets around him, body bumped. Shot is good, but a travel is going to be called first. I don't know. I'd like to get another look at that one.
Thought the travel would be up because of a push.
Yes, I would agree. Lewis brings it up the floor. Pass back to Marcellonis. There's that three-quarter court pressure from the Zags. Back to Lewis into the front court. Gets it away to Barrett. Now the Gaels will set up the offense. It's 24-15. Marcellonis dribbling to his left. Gives it up to Saxon out top. Back to Marcellonis. Morauskas has it. Double team. Innocente knocks it away. Gaels get it back. Work it to Lewis. Lewis driving with the left hand. Switch back to the right. Off balance. He hits it. And that's one of those, Mo, that's just kind of for the whistles that have blown. I don't think that's a whistle. That's a great finish and a play on.
I think so, too. That's a heck of a finish. Like you said, a rip drive middle by Lewis. Tough finish, but I don't know about the foul call.
7:39 to play, first half. Gonzaga leads at 24-17. Lewis to the free throw line when we come back from this timeout. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh. Scratch made dough, hand chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza. At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh. Scratch made dough, hand chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Benz Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure. Or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Benz Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
$7:39 to play in the first half of this WCC Championship game in Las Vegas. Gonzaga 24, St. Mary's 17. Mikey Lewis of the Gaels headed to the free throw line. Flag West Farm Credit is a financial cooperative that provides financing, crop insurance, and related services to farmers and ranchers across the West. From small family businesses to large operations, Ag West brings the experience and financial know-how to help you grow your best future. Now, Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you here at the Orleans Arena, where the Bulldogs are holding a 7-point lead, 10 out of 19 shooting for the Bulldogs. St. Mary's Mo has made 3 of their last 4 shots after a 5 for 15 start.
Yeah, our defensive pressure has been good, but they've hit some tough ones. There hadn't been, complete breakdowns there. There was one dump down to Saxon where we were over-rotated, just flying around. Sometimes you're going to give up something, but I'd still like our energy. We got to tighten it up a little bit on the offensive end and just deliver around the rim.
Braden Huff, 7 points, leads away for the Bulldogs. Caleb Battle has 6. He sits on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Ike with 5. Meanwhile, Mitchell Saxon has scored 9 of the Gaels' 17 points. Lewis to the line. 71% free throw shooter, converts the three-point play. It's 24-18 Bulldogs. Lamar brings the ball into the front court. Short pass to Ajayi, left sideline Hickman. Hickman, top of the key for Ike, gives it up to Nemhard. Nemhard dribbling to his left off Ike's screen, had it stripped away, got it back. Fires it over right side into Chente. For Nemhard again, 14 seconds to shoot. Ryan gets another screen from Ike. Dribbles to his right, pull-up jumper blocked by Marshallonis, who came over. Yeah, and the official, Marshallonis, was trying to say he didn't touch him. That ball went... Yeah, it's going to be Gonzaga basketball. And that ball stopped moving. It got hit and completely changed direction. 8 seconds to shoot for the Bulldogs. Nemhard's going to inbound. Gets it into Hickman, coming off the screen. Fires a 3 from the corner, comes up short. Barrett chases down the rebound. Mikey Lewis into the front court with it. Screen from Morauskas, drives, little floater over Ike, back iron no good. Graham has the rebound. Gives it up to Hickman, one-hander to Nemhard up the left sideline. Ryan to the right wing, short pass to Hickman, out to Ike at the three-point line. Graham hands it off to Nemhard. Nemhard at the left elbow, spins around, gives it up to Ajayi at the free throw line. Flip back out for Nemhard, 10 seconds to shoot. Ryan gets a screen from Ajayi, dribbles to his right, cut off, steps back, fires a 3, halfway down, pops out. Ajayi had his hands on the rebound, couldn't secure it. And Marshallonis had him wrapped up around the waist. He's got to be able to control that basketball. 24-18, Bulldogs still lead. Marshallonis, screen from Saxon, bounces back to Saxon, fires a pass in the corner. Morauskas able to save it. They get it back out to Marshallonis. 17 seconds to shoot, driving with the left hand, throws it up. Pops out, ball batted around. Barrett comes away with it, stripped away from him by Innocente, who comes away with the basketball. Manuel into the front court himself, and he is fouled by Mikey Lewis. Substitutions coming for the Zags. Braden Huff's going to check back in. Dusty Stromer will get his first action of the night. Well, good minutes from Innocente.
Yeah, great minutes, absolutely. He's won 3 or 4 basketballs that were loose. He's flying around defensively. I love his effort, man.
Randy Bennett having a conversation with one of the officials right now as Harry Wessels checks back in.
The official gave him the, I hear you, stop talking. Yeah. I'm sure both.
Gaels have 6 players on the floor right now, too, Mo. While Randy, now he's telling Mitchell Saxon, hey, you're out. So Saxon heads to the bench. Wessels replaces him. Stromer will inbound for the Bulldogs. 6:09 to play first half. Gonzaga leads by 6. Stromer gets a screen from Huff over to Ike. Hand off to Nemhard between the circles. Fires one left side in front of St. Mary's bench. Hickman has it there. Free throw line pass, Ike looking over the top for Huff. He gathers, goes up, he scores, but they're going to call a foul on the ground. Morauskas whistled for the personal. It's number 1 on the sophomore out of Lithuania. Nemhard lobs it into Huff. Huff going to work on Morauskas. Takes him into the paint with the right-handed dribble, spins back to his left. Shot rattles out. Braden with a rebound. Spins, puts it up, off the glass and in.
Great extra effort. I thought there was a foul on the bounce down by Morauskas. Man, they're letting everything go.
Lewis has it in front of the Gonzaga bench on the far side of the floor. It's a screen, passes out to Marshallonis. Marshallonis dribbling to his left, back out to Lewis, right side. Morauskas thought about a 3, now wants to back Huff down. Gets to the free throw line. Braden challenges, shots off the iron. Nemhard chases down the rebound. Ryan with a burst of speed. Marshallonis bumps into him and is whistled for the personal.
Great defense again by Braden Huff. He's winning this individual matchup against Morauskas. He's taking bad shots too. I got to be fair to Randy Bennett. I don't know why he's leaving him on the floor. He just subbed him out, but he's taking tough contested ones. But Braden Huff is moving his feet.
Saxon right back in for Morauskas. Nemhard's going to inbound on the baseline for the Zags. Gets it into Hickman, coming off a couple screens. Little runner on the baseline. Good for Nolan Hickman. That was a tough one.
Very
Lead
tough
back
shot.
to 10.
That 12-foot floater on the baseline side.
Marshallonis dribbling 40 feet from the basket. Gets a screen from Wessels now. Dribbles to his left. Now back to his right. Wessels clearing everybody out. And that's got to be a foul. It's the second time he's done it tonight. That clear out. Marshallonis with a nice finish, but Wessels is spreading out all of that 7'1" frame and just backing guys out of the way.
Yeah, it should be an illegal screen.
28-20, 4:42 to play first half. Nemhard walks into the front court, gets a screen from Huff, passes back to Braden, little pick and pop 3. Huff can't hit, and the rebound is secured by Barrett. Marshallonis brings the other way. Stromer's going to slow him down as he gets into the offensive end. Marshallonis dribbling to his left, pass back right for Lewis. 30 feet from the basket, picks up his dribble to Saxon at the free throw line. He'll drive, shoot, misses it. Ike has a rebound. Good block out by Graham. Zags lead 28-20. Nemhard up the right sideline. Screen from Huff, driving with the left hand. Little fadeaway, good. Ryan Nemhard, great patience in the finish.
It's going to be there. They're going to be in drop coverage because they're worried about the short roll pass that he can complete. He's going to have that 10 to 15 footer all night.
Marshallonis right side. Lewis has it now. Back out to Marshallonis between the circles. Dribbles to his left. Picks it up. Pass back to Lewis. Lewis gets a screen, trying to get around Ike on the drive. He's denied. Back out to Wessels. Lewis one more time. He'll pull up, fire a deep one. That's off the back iron. Rebound. Ike has it. The official's going to say stay here. But Braden Huff and Saxon, I mean, they're grabbing each other.
I know. I mean, it's a non-call.
It's one or the other.
Braden Huff's allowed to box out in that situation. Terrible call.
It is going to be St. Mary's basketball. I believe that's team foul number 7 on the Bulldogs. So Saxon's going to step to the free throw line when we come back from this official timeout. 3:31 to play first half. Zags 30, Gaels 20. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
It's time for home team rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice! Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
Living a healthy, happy life is built on a foundation of good habits, wholesome foods, plenty of sleep, regular exercise, and for women, a breast cancer risk assessment by age 25, and annual screening mammograms beginning at 40. Our convenient Spokane area locations make scheduling your mammogram easy. Schedule your exam today. Call 509-455-4455 or visit www.inlandimaging.com/appointments.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run. to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
We're back at the Orleans Arena. Fast start for the Bulldogs. They open an early 16-5 lead over St. Mary's in this WCC Championship game. They lead at 30-20 with 3:31 to play in the first half. Gonzaga basketball brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Just handed the statistics. 9 points for Braden Huff on 4 of 6 shooting. Leads the way for the Zags. Caleb Battle has 6 points. He's played just 9 minutes after picking up an early second personal foul. Meanwhile, Mitchell Saxon has 9 on 4 of 8 shooting. He's headed to the free throw line for the front end of a 1-and-1. And Mo, really kind of interesting numbers for the Bulldogs. We talked about being able to get out this year in the 2 losses. 8 fast break points, 7 fast break points. You've got 6 right now, also 11 points off of turnovers.
Yeah, we're playing with much better pace and much better, oomph defensively. So it just showed up, right when this game started. Obviously up 10, plenty of basketball left in this first half, 3:31. But it's just crazy when you fly around, you play with some, want to or whatever you want to call it. Things usually bounce your way. The ball's bouncing our way so far.
Saxon to the free throw line for the front end of a 1-and-1. 17 fouls on the Bulldogs. The senior hits the first. Look at Wessels pushing and shoving and talking. He's a little fired up tonight. Official's going to step in and have a quick word with him. Now Saxon gets ready for his second. He's into double figures with 10. That one won't go down. Wessels tips the rebound. Is chased down by Huff in the far corner. 30-21 is the Bulldog lead. Emhart across half court, met by Marciulionis, gets a screen from Huff, dribbles to his right. Passes back to Huff, quickly left sideline for Hickman. Hickman uses a Huff screen, gets into the paint. Little runner is up. It's short, but a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against St. Mary's. I believe that's Jordan Ross. Yes, it is. We just checked back into the game.
Yeah, that's a makeup. I think they got one of those with Mikey Lewis earlier. We talked about all the contact in the game. We'll take it, but obviously St. Mary's rolled their eyes on the sideline on that call.
Hickman to the line to shoot 2. His first one is all net. Nolan's second comes up short. 31-21, Zags on top. Marciulionis pressured by Hickman, picks up his dribble in the backcourt. Throws it in the front court to Saxon. Back out to Marciulionis. Gaels will set up the offense. Russell sets a screen. Marciulionis dribbles to the free throw line, bounces it back to Wessels, who scores it over Ike. Long pass up the floor. Ike beats everybody down the floor, but it's rejected from behind. Graham wanted a goaltend call. He's not going to get it. Boy, Wessels, it was a beautiful pass, but Wessels able to get back there and block the shot. Barrett has it on the left side. It's a screen from Saxon, passes back to Saxon. He'll shoot a little one-hander and hit it. Saxon having a heck of a first half. It's 31-25. Nemhard walks it up the floor. Gives it up to Hickman. Right back to Nemhard on the left side. Fires it back right side. Hickman catches and shoots. The 3 for Nolan. Off the rim. No good. And Wessels picks up the rebound for St. Mary's. The Bulldogs lead is 6 as we approach 2 minutes to play first half. Marciulionis defended by Hickman. One-handed pass left side to Ross. Ross on the sideline. Brings it out between the circles. Screen from Saxon. Penetrating, leaning in, and hits the bottom of the rim. Wessels rebound, put back good. Bulldogs see St. Mary's cut the lead to 31-27. Nemhard into the front court quickly to Hickman. Back out to Nemhard. To Huff. He's wide open. He shoots a 3 halfway down, and that one popped out. Harry Wessels is absolutely gassed. The Bulldogs have been running him up and down the floor, but St. Mary's has gotten back into this game. Zag fans getting on their feet. Marshallonis dribbling to his left. Cut off by Hickman. Now back to his right. Keeps that dribble alive. Bounces to Saxon. Stripped away by Nemhard, and that is an official making a call from an angle he probably doesn't have it, seeing as how we've got a guy right in front of us who could have seen the play.
Yeah, I thought that was mostly leather, hands part of the ball. Nemhard came from the weak side on the tag, on the drop, in the ball screen.
Saxon's going to step at the free throw line, but not before he checks into the game. He'll replace Nemhard. 31-27. St. Mary's on a little run here. The Bulldogs have led by as many as 11 in this one. Gaels have scored 6 straight. Front end is good for Saxon. Boy, Mitchell Saxon averaged about 10 points a game. He now has 13 in the first half. Saxon takes his time, ready for his second. And that one is also good. 8 straight points from the Gaels as we approach 1 minute to play first half. 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. Hickman into the front court, calls a timeout. Gaels fans in attendance getting on their feet. They're cheering a little bit. As St. Mary's has made this run to cut the deficit to 2. 30-second timeout called by Coach Few. We're going to keep it right here. The Zags, 13 out of 30 from the field. They got off to a red-hot start. They made 9 of their first 15 shots, so just 4 out of their last 15 from the field, and that's allowed St. Mary's to get back into this basketball game. Again, Mitchell Saxon with 14 first-half points. He's 5 of 9 from the field. Nobody else has scored more than 5. And for the Bulldogs, it's Braden Huff with 9 to lead the way. Officials calling the teams back onto the floor here with 1:06 to play in the first half. Zags scored the first basket of the game, and they have led ever since. Coming back onto the floor for the Bulldogs will be Battle, Stromer, Huff, Ike, and Hickman. And Nemhard on the bench. Stromer will inbound for the Bulldogs. Passes in the backcourt to Hickman. Nolan pass in the front court to Battle. Battle one-hander out to Ike at the three-point line. He dribbles it once. Hands it off to Nolan. Out top for Huff. Huff bounces down low. Ike has it. It's him against Wessels. Into the paint. Spins to his right hand. Gets Wessels in the air. Switches back to his left and scores.
Good solid move. Instead of going to his normal right shoulder, he spins against it.
And that ends the 8-0 run for the Gaels. Marshallonis will bring it up the floor. About 7 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock here at the end of the first half. And we have an official who's just called a technical foul on someone on the Gonzaga bench.
Wow.
We talk about things you don't see every day. Well, Ryan Nemhard, and I believe that is his 3rd personal foul.
Yep.
They took him off the floor to avoid the foul.
That's a crazy call, though, man. I don't know what he said, but my goodness.
Marshallonis makes the first free throw. .7 seconds left in the half. Marshallonis makes both on the technical foul call. That's an interesting call. I'd love to know what was said.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be
a game that's
crazy.
This heated.
That's a turn around and tell him to shut up.
Yep.
And walk away. You know, a game this heated.
Now they make the 2 free throws. They get the ball back. Marshallonis content to dribble it down. Still about 7 seconds difference. Shot clock to game clock. Ticks down to 8. Marshallonis drilling to his left. Bounces it to Saxon. Knocked away by Stromer. Braden Huff comes away with it to Ike. 8 seconds left in the first half. Out to Hickman. Nolan driving to his right, gets around Marshallonis on the baseline, back out to Huff. He catches and shoots. It comes up short. Hickman's putback comes a little bit after the buzzer. Wouldn't have mattered. And the Bulldogs are going to take a 2-point lead into the locker room. 33-31 is our score. We've got the halftime show coming your way right after this from Las Vegas. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
How close can you get with Verizon Access? Front row close. Red carpet close. Backstage passes close. Playing quarterback for your favorite NFL team close. Okay, not that close. But watching from the sidelines close? You bet. Get into the experiences you love, like concerts, games, and exclusive pre-sales, just for being a Verizon customer. Verizon Access. You're in. Learn more at verizon.com/access.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
It's time for Home Team Rewards. Zag fans, get your Bulldog branded ICCU Premier Rewards Visa credit card, the only card where you can earn rewards for everyday purchases while giving back to Gonzaga University. Choose from a Visa Rewards card with a lower rate or a Premier Rewards card with maximum rewards. With no annual fees, card control, and next-level security, you can spend smart from tap to app. Zags, rejoice! Find your card at iccu.com/GoZags on approved credit.
On the Gonzaga Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Numerica Credit Union Halftime Show. Numerica Credit Union. Life moves. Live well. Federally insured by NCAA. We'll bring you stats and analysis from the first 20 minutes, as well as a look at scores from around the nation. Now, let's go courtside. Here's the voice of the Zags, Tom Hudson.
WCC Championship game, Zags lead by 2. 33-31 is our halftime score. Great start for the Bulldogs. They went to Graham Ike on their first possession and capitalized for a 2-0 lead. Zags would look to Graham again as that lead continued to grow. Graham, wraparound pass, trying to bounce it down low to Huff. It was tipped by Saxon. Huff able to gain control of it, feeds Battle, who drives to Ike. Shot up, it's in, and a foul on Luke Barrett.
Great pass on the drive from Caleb Battle. What a start for Graham Ike.
Nice first half for Graham Ike, Mo. This is not a game for the faint of heart. The big guys are in there battling.
Yeah, 7 points, 4 rebounds, kept his composure. Great physicality.
Bulldogs led by 4 at that point. The lead would continue to grow. Brayton Huff getting his second start of the season and making the most of it, leading the Bulldogs in scoring. Flips it back out to Nemhard. Nemhard bounces to Huff. Braden fires a 3. Rattles it home. Bulldogs 14, St. Mary's 5.
Love that pick and pop aspect of his game.
Mo Braden knocks down the 3. He was 1 of 4 from behind the line. But what a game for him. You talked about it. Defensively, he's been really good. I think the Gaels in the past have been able to go at him a little bit, but he's more than held his own.
Yeah, he's moved his feet. He's 4 for 8. Two of those threes were halfway down. They're good shots. I wanted him to keep taking them, but good first half.
The Bulldogs would continue to grow the lead. It got to as many as 13. Big-to-big passing. Ben Gregg with his only basket of the first half. Zags 18, Gaels 7 as Nemhard walks to the right side of the floor with a dribble. Short pass between the circles to Gregg, now left sideline. Hickman fires to Huff. Huff finds Gregg, hammers it home with 2 hands. Great energy, Bulldogs by 13. Heck of a start for the Bulldogs, Mo. They went a little cold from the field after getting out to that fantastic start. They were 9 out of 15 to start the basketball game. The Bulldogs hit, 5 of their last 19 shots in the half, but still the energy's been fantastic for GU. And I think you're really right. I mean, you would have loved to extend that lead a little bit, but you're ahead at halftime, and you're fighting and you're battling.
Yeah, you're fighting and battling and doing a good job on most of the perimeter actions that we have to run out, especially against Marshallonis. We knew it was going to be a rock fight. We could have extended that lead, but being up in this game is massive.
St. Mary's won an 8-0 run to get back in it, and then that late technical foul called on Ryan Nemhard on the bench. Barcelona's made both free throws and cut the lead to 2 at the break. We're going to take a quick break here in Las Vegas. When we come back, Matt Schweikert's going to join you with our halftime show score update. Again, it's Zags 33, Gaels 31. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Quiet down, here she comes. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Support Gonzaga basketball through NIL. Zags Collective is the leading NIL collective supporting Zags student athletes through name, image, and likeness. Zags Collective creates opportunities for student athletes to engage with the community and grow their brand. Plus, you get access to autograph sessions, exclusive events, and more. Become a member today. Go to zagscollective.com and get started.
Time for a check of the scores around the WCC and around the nation. Let's go to the network studios.
Gonzaga with a 33-31 lead against St. Mary's at halftime of the WCC Championship game. Welcome inside the Learfield Network Studios. Matt Schweiker with you here. While we've got the opportunity, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield. Now for a quick look at our out-of-town scoreboard. We've had a couple more NCAA tournament bids handed out tonight in the Coastal Athletic Association. It was UNC Wilmington ending the Cinderella run of Delaware, getting the win 76-72. So it's the Seahawks headed to the NCAA tournament. And in the Horizon League, we had Robert Morris take down Youngstown State 89-78. And St. Francis defeated Central Connecticut in the NEC final 46-43, a low-scoring game in New Britain, Connecticut. And a couple other scores of note for you. We had a big-time upset in the America East semifinals. Maine defeated powerhouse Vermont 57-42. A couple other scores from some of our power conference tournaments that got underway today. The ACC and the Big 12 getting things started. Kansas State defeated Arizona State 71-66. A thriller in the ACC that went into double overtime. Cal beat Virginia Tech 82-73. Colorado defeated TCU 69-67 in the Big 12 tournament. And in our first ACC game of the day, it was Notre Dame beating Pittsburgh 55-54. And the games in progress in those two tournaments. In the ACC, it is Syracuse with a 62-56 lead against Florida State with 48 seconds to play. And over in the Big 12, they are still in the first half. It's Utah leading UCF 25-18 with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. That's your look around the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll take another break, and our halftime coverage continues next. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
Close your eyes and imagine eating surf and turf at the fanciest steakhouse you've ever been to. Smell the beef, the fish, the cheddar sauce. Oh, there's no cheddar sauce at your imaginary steakhouse? Then open your eyes and head to Arby's. Get a beef and cheddar, fish and cheddar, or crispy fish. 2 for just $6.99. It's even better than you ever imagined. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Jan from Toyota here. Feeling cooped up from winter? Well, now until March 31st is the perfect time for a new Toyota, like Camry, Grand Highlander, and more. So you can get back out there and do the things you love, like hitching up the boat to a tundra for a lake day.
I haven't water skied in a long time.
Live out your spring fantasies with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
It's halftime at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. The Zags, the number 2 seed, holding a 33-31 lead over St. Mary's. We look at our first half stats for the Bulldogs. Brayton Huff in the starting lineup tonight. In place of Ben Gregg, 4 out of 8 from the field. He leads the Zags with 9 points. Graham Ike has 7 points on 3 of 6 shooting. Ryan Nemhard has 6 points, 4 assists, no turnovers, 3 steals, but picked up his 3rd foul on a technical while he was standing on the bench. Obviously going to be huge potentially for the Bulldogs as their starting point guard picked up his 3rd personal. Nolan Hickman has 3 points. Caleb Battle scored 6 in the first half. Ben Gregg with 2 points. Zags go 14 out of 32 from the field. They were 1 out of 10 shooting threes. 4 out of 5 at the free throw line. That 3 number's a little deceiving, Mo. There were probably 4 of them. You talked about Brayton had 2. There were a couple other ones that just popped out of there. This thing be a little bit out of control. Great start for the Bulldogs. Obviously, they didn't shoot it as well at the end of the first half, but you have to love the effort in taking that lead into the locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been, matched physicality, and we've got out and transitioned a little bit, turned them over 7 times, which is a big number for St. Mary's in one half. So hopefully we can continue that to slow down a little bit offensively and just make shots. I know it sounds so simple, but got to deliver in games like this.
Mitchell Saxon, 14 points in the first half on 5 of 9 shooting. He is the only Gael in double figures. Next in line, Marshallonis has 6. The Gaels hit 12 out of 29 from the field in the first half. They were 0 for 7 shooting threes and 7 of 9 at the free throw line. We talked about that rebounding number being big. St. Mary's in that comeback, Mo. Look at that. It's a +9 right now for the Gaels.
Yeah, it's something that we're going to have to try to shore up. I mean, I think our effort is much better than it has in the previous 2 games this season, but we can't allow that to get further along because they are so good at getting putbacks and then grinding you down with a fresh 20.
8 rebounds for Luke Barrett to lead the way for St. Mary's. They're +9 on the glass. Bulldogs 11 points off of those turnovers Mo talked about. Zags also with 6 fast break points. Both teams back on the floor getting ready for the second half. Final 20 minutes in Las Vegas coming your way after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Today's students are smart, savvy, and heading towards a future filled with possibilities. Education is the light that can help guide them on their path to fulfilling their dreams. That's why Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. With every lottery game you play in the pursuit of making your dreams a reality, you're supporting the next generation of game changers who are using education as the way to reach theirs. Thanks for playing, Washington.
Next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs. and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Benz Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure. Or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Benz Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
Almost time for the second half here in the championship game in Las Vegas. The Zags lead St. Mary's 33-31. Gonzaga led by as many as 11 in the first half thanks to a red-hot start from the field. Both teams now shooting just above 40% as we get ready for the second half. Mo, what do you want to see out of the Bulldogs here to wrap up a tournament title?
Got to shore up the rebounding battle, -9. We talked about that at length in pregame. Got to get out and run a little bit more. Our energy early offensively was terrific. It got bogged down a little bit. But overall, I like the effort and the energy. Just have to tighten the screws. This is a good St. Mary's team. We knew they were going to make a run to get back into it. They're just, they're methodical, but our energy was terrific, so hopefully we can continue to match that.
20 more minutes here in Las Vegas. St. Mary's trying for the second straight year to win both the regular season and tournament titles. Zags with a 2-point lead at the break. Again, Ryan Nemhard, 3 personal fouls. Saw the official talking to someone, and he did say he wouldn't sit down. So the technical foul was not called for jawing, but it was called for being up on the bench. And a potentially crucial call for Ryan Nemhard, his third, while he was sitting on the bench. That's where they took him out of the game to avoid a foul.
To me, that's he has to be like on the floor for me to call that. Or you scream at Huey and tell him to get your player down or whatever. It was just a weird situation there.
The Bulldogs will come out of the huddle with the original starters, Huff, Ike, Battle, who also has 2 personal fouls, Nemhard and Hickman, Marshallonis, Barrett, Ross, Saxon, and Morawskis. The starters for the Gaels out to open the second half. St. Mary's will have the ball to open the second. Marshallonis between the circles with a dribble. Screen from Morawskis, dribbles to his right. Now back to his left off a Saxon screen. Beautiful no-look pass. Saxon throws down the dunk, and we're tied at 33. First tie of the basketball game. The Gaels did not lead in the first half. Battle between the circles with it. Short pass to Huff. He hands it off to Nemhard. Top of the key to Ike now. Graham picks up his dribble, flips over the top. It's caught by Huff. He finishes, but it's going to be a foul on the ground by Morawskis.
So another one of those where it's taken away a bucket. Yep. I get it's a foul, but there's the field part I talk about.
Yep.
He has him dead to rights on a front. It's a layup. We get it taken away.
Here's another lob into Huff. Faces up on Morawskis. Now backing him down. Double comes, kick out to Battle. Fakes right, drives left, scoops it up off the glass. What a finish for KB.
Great finish by Battle. Like you said, absorb the contact. Scoop.
Back ahead by 2. Marshallonis. From Morawskis back to Marshallonis. Goes to his left off the screen from Saxon. Bounce back for Saxon. He couldn't handle the pass. Battle comes away with it for the Bulldogs. KB in the front court to Nemhard. Ryan driving on Marshallonis. Body bumps to the baseline, and now we'll bring it back out to the far sideline. Here's a bounce for Huff. Huff going to work on Morawskis again. Spins to the baseline on him this time. Leans in. Finishes, and he's fouled. Braden Huff into double figures, and he's headed to the free throw line.
Yeah, instantly. Randy Bennett goes to Harry Wessels. That's a bad matchup. Morawskis has had a terrible game so far. 0 for from the field. 0 for 4, 3 fouls. Braden Huff playing excellent basketball right now.
Huff, the lefty to the free throw line. And he converts the three-point play. 38-33 Bulldogs. Early second half, Marshallonis passes the front court to Saxon, quickly to Barrett, who played all 20 minutes in the first half. He gives it up to Ross, couple steps inside of half court. Ross gets a screen from Wessels, dribbles to his left, now back into the paint. His shot is rejected by Braden Huff, and the ball, the Bulldogs will say went off of Ross while he was laying out of bounds. The officials say no, it's St. Mary's basketball.
Great defensive play, like you said, waited for the attempt, timed his jump correctly, clean block.
Inbound to Saxon at the three-point line. Hands it back to Marshallonis. 10 seconds to shoot. Picks up his dribble over left side to Barrett. Barrett looking down low. It's not there. Instead, will drive off the screen. Leans in, high off the glass, and in for Barrett. Here's Battle blowing by Barrett. Flips it off the glass and in. Boy, Caleb Battle with a burst of speed. Lead back to 5 for the Bulldogs. Ross, right perimeter. Passes it to Wessels to the three-point line. Back out to Ross. Ross dribbling to his left. Now back to his right. Trying to back down Nemhard. He can't. Flips it back out. Intended for Marshallonis. Almost stolen by Hickman. Nolan trying to get back in the play. He does. Good hustle. It's screened from Saxon. Marshallonis dribbles to the left side. 3 seconds to shoot. Steps back. Challenge three is an air ball. And it's going to be Gonzaga basketball in alternating possession.
Great hustle by Nolan Hickman. He tries to get the steal. He's behind the play. Gets over another ball screen. And then contests that sidestep three right there. That's hustle basketball. That's Zag basketball.
And Marshallonis and Ike jawing at each other a little bit, and the officials telling Graham he needs to be quiet. And Nemhard walks it across half court as Ike continues to have a conversation with the official. Graham dribbles to his right, hands it off to Battle. Battle, right side pass. Huff feeds Ike. Low post. Left side of the floor. Fakes left, goes back right. Shot wouldn't go down. Rebound, put back. That one won't go down. Huff trying to tip it in, and he can't. Wessels comes away with a rebound. A couple of point-blank looks at it for the Zags. Marshallonis, screen from Wessels, dribbles to his left, passes back right. Ross has it, now bounces to Wessels. Double team comes. Wessels dribbles away from the pressure. Skips it left side, stolen by Battle. Battle dribbles behind his back, going to work on Barrett. Throws it off the bottom of the backboard. A little too many, a little too much. And the Bulldogs denied again right at the rim. Marshallonis pull-up jumper from 12 hits. 40-37. Hickman to Huff behind the play. Now left side Nemhard. Ryan gets a screen from Huff, dribbles to about 10. One-hander is an air ball. Ross chases it down. Ross is going to leave it for Marshallonis. Marshallonis dribbles to his left, passes back right. Ross drives. Bounced it to Saxon. Saxon back to the basket on Ike. Takes him into the paint. Up, under, knocked away by Ike. Saxon gets it back, comes up short. Wessels had the rebound. A couple of Zags are going to tie him up, and it's going to be Gonzaga basketball. And we're going to have a substitution for the Bulldogs. Braden Huff's going to head to the bench, and Ben Gregg's going to check in. 16-10 to play in this championship game. Gonzaga leads by 3. Nemhard leaves it for Gregg, who's going to bring it into the front court for Gonzaga. Left side pass to Hickman. Back out to Nemhard. Nemhard gets a screen from Ike. Dribbling with the left hand into the paint, bounces it back to Graham. Graham back to the basket, going to work on Wessels. Double comes, he spins away from it. Little baseline fadeaway, won't go down. Marshallonis comes away with the rebound. Marshallonis skips right side to Ross. Ross dribbles it off his leg. Regains control, gets a screen from Saxon. Trying to turn the corner on Gregg, gets into the paint, fires it back out to Marshallonis with 9 seconds to shoot. Marshallonis trapped. Picks up his dribble. Pass down low. You've got Wessels and Ike tied up. Their feet got mixed up. Graham ended up on the ground, and I think he's going to be called for the personal. He is. That's 2 fouls on Graham Ike and brings us to an official timeout. 15-20-7 to play in our basketball game. Zags 40, Gaels 37. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Every year, the crowds go crazy for the Cal Triple Play of the Day, where you can get tricked-out cool trucks or sporty SUVs just in time for winter. And this week, you can delay all payments until next year. Get a minimum $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride, plus get a 2-year service maintenance program with every vehicle sold, which is a triple play opportunity this week at both Cal locations.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Gonzaga leads St. Mary's 40-37, 15:27 to play here in Las Vegas. Well, hey, Zag fans, the Xfinity 10G network get the fastest internet with faster speeds rolling out every day. Enjoy a reliable connection so everyone can be online at once, even during peak hours. Introducing the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. Well, the Zags leading by 3. They have not trailed in this game. We've had one tie. And Mo, what do you think about the start to the second half for the Bulldogs?
Energy's been there. Got to slow down offensively. 3 of 8. They're 3 of 6. Had 2 bunnies at the rim from EK. Minus 14 on the glass. Yikes. But so far, I mean, it's all about energy and matching their physicality, and we're doing that.
15:27 to play here. St. Mary's came in 28-4. The Bulldogs 24-8. Gonzaga has 17 consecutive 25-win seasons. Looking for a 25th win and a WCC Tournament Championship here tonight. And 2 Zags in double figures. Huff with 12. Battle has 10. And Braden's going to check back into the bat. No, he's not. I thought he was stepped back on the floor, but he'll stay on the bench. Greg, Ike, Inocente checks in for Hickman. And then Nemhard and Battle, the other 2 Zags on the floor. Shot clock was down to 4 when Ike and Wessels got tied up. It'll reset to 20. Graham picks up his second. Marshallonis looks to inbound. Pass it into Ross. Back to Marshallonis in front of the St. Mary's bench. Now it's Ross again. Dribbling to his right. Picks it up. Passes over to Barrett on the near sideline. Barrett away to Marshallonis with 7 seconds to shoot. Refuses a screen, drives in Inocente, scoops it off the glass and in with the left. Bulldogs lead cut to 1. Nemhard off the Ike screen, driving right side, tries to throw it back to Ike. It's tipped right into the hands of Wessels. Marshallonis brings it the other way. Marshallonis, one-handed pass, 3-point line to Saxon. He dribbles it once, hands it off to Barrett. Barrett dribbles behind his back. Back to Saxon, looking down low. Wessels catches, is underneath the basket, trying to score on Ike. Wouldn't go down. Greg flies in to grab the rebound. Nemhard into the front court. Dribbles to his right. Bounce down low for Graham. Double team comes. Graham taking his time. Backs down Wessels. Gets to that left-handed shot, and it's good.
Good finish in the paint. He needed one to go in. He missed those 2 bunnies early in this half.
Bulldogs lead is back to 3 on the Ike bucket. Marshallonis walks it into the front court. Screen from Saxon, passes to the big man between the circles. Dribbles it once, hands it off to Ross. Ross with a burst of speed, flips it up, wouldn't go down. Rebound is loose, not anymore, and Inocente comes away with it. Quickly to Nemhard. Ryan's into the front court with it. Ryan gives it up to Greg, trailing the play. Thought about a 3, pulled it down, dribbles it once, shoots the 3, halfway down, popped out. Ike rebounds, passes back out to Greg, and the Bulldogs will reset. Ben hands it off to Nemhard. Nemhard gets a screen from Greg, dribbles to his left, passes back to Greg. He's going to try a straightaway 3 again. That one won't go down, and the rebound goes to Marshallonis. Zags lead by 3. 13:30 to play. Marshallonis walks it across the timeline. Dribbles to his left, pass to Saxon, right back to Marshallonis. Marshallonis into the paint, spins, misses, a late whistle and a foul. That's Graham Ike coming over on the help. That's his third. And, well, that's one of those. Boy, Marcellonis made that so difficult.
Yeah, that's a cheap one.
3 on Graham. And Braden Huff waits to check in as Marcellonis steps to the line. He makes the first. Ike to the bench. Huff is in. Lewis replaces Ross. And it looks like Wessels will head to the bench, replaced by Morauskas. Both free throws good for Marcellonis. He's into double figures now with 11. Zags lead 42-41. Nembhard into the front court. Dribbles to his right. Gives it up to Huff. Right back to Nembhard. It's a screen from Huff. Gets to about 10 feet. Bounces it. Intended for Huff. Knocked away by Saxon. The loose ball's chased down in the backcourt by Nembhard. And the shot clock reset. They'll have to change that. Not sure what Randy Bennett can be complaining about. I mean, it's an official error. We get it, but just put the time on the clock, and he's standing out at half court almost. And they reset it to 15. Inbound to Nembhard. Back to Battle. Battle off the Huff screen. Penetrating on Saxon, gets all the way to the rim. Off the glass, wouldn't go. Tip-tapped into Chente, no good. He had it poked away. Huff chases down the loose ball to Nembhard. Ryan dribbles to the left wing. Jumper, good. Big-time hustle play for the Zags.
Big shot there, too, on that tip-out. Shot clock running down. Another 10, 15-footer that's going to be provided to him. Nembhard.
Lead back to 3 for the Bulldogs. Marcellonis dribbling to his left off the Saxon screen. Passes back to Lewis out top. Lewis to his left to Marcellonis in the corner. It's Morauskas back to Marcellonis. He bounces behind his back to Morauskas. He drives and kicks. Lewis open, catches and fires. That 3 won't go down. Innocente comes away with another rebound for the Bulldogs. Up the floor to Nembhard. Ryan gets a screen from Huff. Gives it back to Braden. Braden, little one-hander from the wing. Won't go down. And St. Mary's has a rebound. Marcellonis brings it across half court. Screen from Morauskas. They work it left corner to Barrett. Barrett driving on Battle. Battle blocks the shot, but he's also going to be whistled for the personal foul. 11:54 to play in our basketball game. Zags 44, St. Mary's 41. We've got an official timeout. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services is proud to sponsor Gonzaga Athletics. When it comes to your home or business, you deserve fast, reliable service, and that's exactly what you'll get. Our team is committed to delivering 5-star service with upfront pricing and free quotes on every job, so there's no surprises. Got a plumbing emergency? Don't wait. Call Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today at 509-954-5273 or visit ShawPlumbingServices.com. We're the Zags' trusted team for reliable service every time.
The crowds go crazy for the Cal Triple Play of the Day, where you can get tricked out cool trucks or sporty SUVs just in time for winter. And this week, you can delay all payments until next year. Get a minimum $2,000 trade-in value for your old ride, plus get a 2-year service maintenance program with every vehicle sold, which is a triple play opportunity this week at both Cal locations.
At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza. At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza.
Back at the Orleans Arena, tight one between the Zags and the Gaels. 11:54 to play in the first half. St. Mary's won the first meeting in Spokane by 4, won at home by 7. Now the Zags have a 3-point lead here in the WCC Tournament Championship game. If you're looking for an all-star lineup of sporty all-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive vehicles, make a smart play, then head on out to Cal. There's a gummy bear for you, Mo, in our little halftime
shootout. She just drained it, though.
She did. Half quarter.
Get some. Oh, close. And good effort.
Almost. Good effort. And the Bulldogs jumped out to an early 16-5 lead. If you're just joining us, St. Mary's has come back to tie it in the second half. The Zags back up by 3 right now.
Half gummy bear. Counts. Half. What are we at, 2.5 then this year?
Right. Yep. I think
That's
you're
an
right.
all-time low, I think.
Luke Barrett to the free throw line as Caleb Battle was whistled for his 3rd personal. Barrett's first free throw won't go down. Barrett goes 1 out of 2. 44-42 is the Gonzaga advantage. 11:52 to play. Now Mard walks to the front court. Ajayi is checked in for Greg. Battle has the ball. Gives it up to Huff, right back to Battle. He dribbles to his right, defended by Barrett. It's a screen from Huff. Driving with the left hand. Bounces it back to Braden. He gets through the white shirts to the rim for the bucket.
That's a beautiful lead bounce pass in traffic from Battle.
46-42 Gonzaga. 11.5 to play. Marshallonis pass deflected by Innocente, and the loose ball is chased down by Morauskas. Throws an elbow as he throws the pass. Here's Marshallonis back out to Morauskas. He shoots the three. It's no good. Ajayi closing out late. Nemhard with the rebound. Ryan, left side, three-point line. Gets a screen from Huff. Gets to the free throw line. Back to Huff. Braden dribbles a couple times. Kicks back out to Nemhard. Nemhard gets underneath the basket with a dribble. Keeps it alive. Into the corner. Now back into the paint. Had it poked away. And Saxon comes away with a steal. Zags lead is 4. Marshallonis out top with it. Gives it up to Lewis. Lewis trying to get around Innocente. Drives off balance.
Baseline, no, at least.
Yeah,
at least they got
it's on
that
the ground.
Part right.
They got it on Innocente.
Got that part right. But you're right. It's just, he's just diving in and. What? He called it on the ground.
Yeah.
Inline, yeah, exactly.
And the official who called the technical foul on Ryan on the bench was going to give him 2 free throws.
Yeah, that's the right call. I mean,
the substitutions. Wessels is going to check back in for Morauskas. Gaels inbound it, hand it right back to Marshallonis. Screen from Wessels, he refuses it. Dribbling on the left sideline, defended by Hickman, who just checked in for Nemhard. Pass out is a little bit too hot. The Bulldogs steal it. Battle on the run, little Euro step off the glass and in. Caleb Battle with the steal, and the Bulldogs push the lead to 6.
Much better opportunity transition that time. Kept his balance. Great finish.
Marshallonis to his right. Now back to his left. Bulldogs try to trap him. Kicks it over to Lewis. Lewis drives, spins, loses the handle. Gets it back. Pass over left side to Barrett. Barrett bounces for Wessels. Wessels wants to go to work on Ajayi. Here comes a double team. Kick out to Marshallonis. 7 seconds to shoot. He gets a screen from Wessels. Dribbles into the corner. Fires a pass right side. Barrett fakes the 3. Dribbles to his left. Ajayi contests again. That one comes up short. Huff comes away with a rebound, and we're going to get a foul. Oh, no. There is no.
That is absolutely awful.
It's the same official.
Terrible. Awful. Report to the scores table and turn around, because that one's bad.
Well, Marshallonis is going to inbounds. Fresh 20 seconds to shoot for the Gaels. They get in left corner to Lewis. He fires a 3. That's off the mark. Saxon pushes Ajayi out of the way. Travels. Yeah, you better get that one. Absolutely. And at least we've got one official who's in the game.
Absolutely.
Coach Few was hammering the guy who has been really, really bad tonight. And he has every right. We've been holding our tongues, but
terrible call. That's 2 on Huff, where he's boxing the guy out, and the other guy's allowed to hold him.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
Zags by 6, under 10 to play. Battle has in the front court for GU. Caleb surveys, gets a screen from Huff, dribbles to the right wing, leans in on Barrett. Shot wouldn't go down, and Saxon has a rebound. He hands it off to Marshallonis. Marshallonis into the front court to Saxon behind the play. Looking down low, it's not there. Instead to Barrett. Barrett in front of the St. Mary's bench. He will feed it to Wessels. Wessels traveled with the basketball. There you go. That guy got one right.
Offensive foul.
Yeah, but should have been first. You're right.
My goodness.
The Huff forces a turnover on Wessels, and the Zags have the basketball again.
We've got to capitalize this. About 3 possessions. St. Mary's has not looked good. We got to capitalize it.
Hickman across half court. Flips it to Battle, almost threw it out of bounds. Caleb controls it, gets to the free throw line, bounces to Huff. Huff going to work on Wessels. Shot up, wouldn't go down. Ajayi's knocked to the floor. And finally, we're going to get a foul call on Mitchell Saxon, who's frustrated that he just picked up a second after ripping the guy down to the ground.
Well, it's the same official on the baseline. What is he looking at?
He didn't call it. You're right.
My goodness.
Somebody else. Hickman will inbounds. Passes into Huff at the three-point line in front of the GU bench. Zags lead 48-42. Huff, short pass to Battle. Battle bounces back. Tough little pick and roll. Kick out to Hickman. He catches and fires. The three comes up short. Saxon has a rebound. Under 9 to play. Marshallonis into the front court. Dribbles to his left. Pass to Saxon. Gets it right back. Marshallonis to Saxon, little pick and roll. That shot is blocked from behind by Innocente. They're going to get a foul. And Wessels again. I don't want to complain, but he just it's not setting a screen.
It's
literally
clear
just
out.
Clearing out. And we've seen it 5 or 6 times tonight. And they're obvious. I mean, look, everybody does a little bit of that stuff. I'm not saying that it's never happens, but I mean it's blatantly obvious. 8:27 to play.
Takes away our help side defense, right? If you're allowed to clear out like that.
It looked like Wessels had to check out of the game. Morauskas is back in, and now there's some confusion. Official talking to Manuel Innocente right now. It looks like we've got one official over there looking at the monitor. I don't know if it's a clock issue. It looks like, yes. Oh, they're trying to see who they got. Yeah, so it was Innocente. St. Mary's going to inbound. It's Marshallonis with it on the baseline. Pass out to Barrett. Dribbles to his left, fakes the handoff. Now gives it up to Marshallonis. Screen from Saxon, dribbles to his right. Right sideline pass to Lewis. Lewis dribbling away from the pressure of Innocente. 6 seconds to shoot. Lewis is going to pull up, fire a contested three. That one rims out. Rebound Ajayi for the Bulldogs. Quickly to Hickman. Hickman into the front court on the right side. Zags lead 48-42. To Huff behind the play. Braden driving on Saxon. Spins into the paint. Saxon grabs his arm. Braden can't finish. Still a 6-point lead. Marshallonis again will bring the Gaels into the offensive end. One-handed pass over to Luke Barrett. Barrett looking down low. Morauskas has it, one-on-one with Ajayi. Morauskas with a push-off and then a shoulder. He can't finish the shot, and then the Bulldogs, you've got 3 blue shirts fighting for it. And I don't know who's going to have the basketball.
It's their ball.
So it is going to be St. Mary's ball. So 7:37 to play. We've got a timeout. Zags continue to lead. 48-42 is the score. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services is proud to sponsor Gonzaga Athletics. When it comes to your home or business, you deserve fast, reliable service, and that's exactly what you'll get. Our team is committed to delivering 5-star service with upfront pricing and free quotes on every job, so there's no surprises. Got a plumbing emergency? Don't wait. Call Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today at 509-954-5273 or visit ShawPlumbingServices.com. We're the Zags' trusted team for reliable service every time.
At Western National Insurance, we're passionate about the power of nice. That's because nice isn't just a word. It's our way of doing business. It's about surpassing expectations, bringing kindness and decency to our work, and providing a helping hand when you need it most. And we've been putting nice first for more than a century. Find out just how powerful nice can be. Contact your independent insurance agent today and ask for Western National.
Zags and the Gaels both gone into a little bit of a cold spell here offensively. The Zags haven't scored in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. St. Mary's has gone about 4 minutes without scoring, and that still has the Zags head 48-42. Well, Bud Light, proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Statistics handed to us here at the 7:37 mark. 14 points for Braden Huff. He's 6 of 13 from the field. He leads the way for the Zags. Caleb Battle has 12. Graham Ike with 9. Graham has been on the bench for a little bit with those 3 personal fouls. Nemhard, Battle, and Inocente all have 3 fouls as well for the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, for St. Mary's, Saxon has scored 16. Marshallonis with 12. Morauskas has 3 personals. Nobody else in foul trouble for the Gaels. St. Mary's will have the ball out of the timeout after the Bulldogs had 3 blue shirts there but couldn't secure the rebound. Dusty Stromer's checked in for the Zags. He's out there with Battle, Nemhard, Ike, and Huff. Gaels get it in to Barrett. Barrett throws up a wild one over his shoulder and in. Wow. That ends the scoring drought, 48-44. Wasn't even looking at the basket. Luke Barrett's played a gritty game. It's what he does. 5 points now to go along with 8 rebounds. Nemhard has it. One-handed pass to Battle on the far side of the floor. Battle going to work on Barrett. Drives. Pass. Beautiful look to Ike, who lays it off the glass and in. Well, he's had a couple of good ones tonight.
Yes, getting into the seams and making nice little dump-offs.
7 minutes to play. Zags 50, Gaels 44. Saxon out top with it. Dribbles it once, fakes a handoff, gives it up to Marshallonis instead. Pass back to Saxon. Saxon could have been called for another travel. Now he's backing down Ike. Still backing him down, spins to the hook. Boy, tough angle and a finish. 50-46. Nemhard's going to walk the ball across half court for the Bulldogs. Gives it up to Huff at the three-point line, right back to the point guard, Nemhard. Holds between the circles, left side pass, Stromer coming off the screen. He gives it up to Nemhard again. Ike sets a screen for Nemhard. This time bounce back to Graham. Graham pull-up jumper from 10, won't go down. Marshallonis comes away with a rebound for the Gaels. Marshallonis picks up his dribble, and Randy Bennett wants a timeout call. He gets it. It's going to be a full timeout here with 6 minutes and 12 seconds to play. We'll take this timeout with the Gaels. Zags 50, St. Mary's 46. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, nice is a little word that does big things for everyone. Nice is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with nice as our foundation. Experience the power of nice for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
Close your eyes and imagine eating surf and turf at the fanciest steakhouse you've ever been to. Smell the beef, the fish, the cheddar sauce. Oh, there's no cheddar sauce at your imaginary steakhouse? Then open your eyes and head to Arby's. Get a beef and cheddar, fish and cheddar, or crispy fish. 2 for just $6.99. It's even better than you ever imagined. Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Anyone who works for themselves has the toughest boss on the planet, a real taskmaster with no respect for nights or weekends. Still, it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. Wheatland Bank makes running a business seamless with a careful mix of personal service, deep resources, and the latest tech. After all, you're only human. Unlike that bully whose name's on the door, your 5-star Wheatland Bank. Relationships you can count on.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Six minutes and 12 seconds to play here in Las Vegas. Gonzaga leading St. Mary's 50-46. Expected a close one. Bulldogs got out to a great start. St. Mary's has clawed its way back into the basketball game. The Bulldogs led by as many as 11 in the first half. Now a 4-point Gonzaga lead as Randy Bennett takes the timeout. 21 seconds on the shot clock for the Gaels with 6:12 to play in the game. Well, we've talked about it for the Bulldogs this year. Thank you. We talked about winning time, and
it's winning time.
Getting there. Absolutely.
Got to shore everything up defensively. Hyper aggressive on the glass. Your coverages have to be A+ completion rate, and then comes down on the offensive end. You got to go make plays and make shots.
Teams called out of their huddles. The Zags and the Gaels meeting in the WCC Championship game for the 4th consecutive year. Bulldogs lost to the Gaels last year. They won the 2 previous meetings. Huffy, Gay, Battle, Nemhard, Stromer for the Zags. Ross, Marshallonis, Barrett, Wessels, and Saxon for the Gaels. Inbound goes to Marshallonis, bounces to Saxon at the 3-point line. Saxon fakes a handoff to Ross, gives it back to Marshallonis. He's driving with the left, cut off. Stromer stays in front. Marshallonis retreats with the dribble, gets a screen from Wessels. One-handed pass over to Ross. Ross, 4 seconds to shoot. Backing down, Nemhard slips and falls. Gonzaga diving on the ball. Stromer had it, and we've got a shot clock violation. We've got an official here who said shot clock violation. We're heading the other way. Randy Bennett wanted a jump ball. It was a bang play, but it's going to be Gonzaga basketball.
A good defensive effort by Nemhard. Took that one on the chest and forced Ross to fall over. See if we can capitalize. Got to start scoring the ball.
Nemhard brings it into the front court, flips it to Battle. KB gets a screen from Ike, dribbles to the right wing, now steps back, fires a 3 over Barrett, won't go down. Ike tries to tip it in, he can't. Zags lead by 4, 5.5 to play. Marshallonis into the front court. Jump pass to Saxon. Saxon gets underneath the basket, can't get up a shot, bounces it to Wessels, rejected by Ike, who comes away with the ball, and we've got a whistle and a foul. Didn't hear the whistle from the far side of the field.
Wow. I got to see that on replay. Holy cow.
And there's Wessels on that clear out again. I wish they'd call it just once. He opened up an entire lane for Saxon.
Unbelievable.
Wessels to the free throw line where he's going to shoot 2.
That's leather.
First free throw for Wessels is off the mark. Stromer and Ike head to the bench. Hickman and Gregg return. That is the 4th personal foul on Graham. Comes with 5:21 to play. Wessels ready for his second. And that one's good. 3-point lead for Gonzaga, 5:20 to play. Zags been stuck on 50 for a while. They've hit one of their last 7 field goal attempts. Hickman, defended by Ross. Dribbling out top, gives it up to Battle. 3-point line left side. He bounces for Huff. Huff faces up on Wessels. Little jab step. Now going to work. Takes him into the paint. Spins left. Back to his right. Hook shot. Rattles around and drops for Braden Huff. Bulldogs lead is back to 5. Braden continues to lead the Bulldogs in scoring, getting his second start of the season. Ross has it now. 40 feet from the basket. Screen from Wessels. Refuses it. Dribbles the other way to the left wing. Nembhard catches up with him, and Ross will retreat again. Gives it up to Saxon. Saxon trying to back down Gregg. Here comes a double team. Nembhard knocks it away. It's off of Saxon. No. The official says off of the Bulldogs. I thought Saxon was last to touch from this angle.
Man, this is same guy. That was a tough one.
St. Mary's inbounds, 5 seconds to shoot. Marciulionis dribbling to his left, pushes off, gives it to Wessels. Wessels had it knocked away. Another shot clock violation on St. Mary's. Defensive stand for the Zags with 4:28 to play.
Beautiful weak side rotation. Again, we double team Marciulionis, so the help's got to come from the low hole. That is beautiful team basketball to force that turnover right there. We got to capitalize on the other end offensively.
Zags 52, Gaels 47. Nembhard will walk the ball up the floor. Marciulionis waits for him. Pass in the front court, left sideline to Hickman. Hickman will bring it back out between the circles. Left side to Battle. Battle looking to Huff. Braden's got it. Faces up on Wessels. Same spot as last possession. Kicks it out to Battle. Battle driving, bounce it back to Huff. Huff's one-hander halfway down, pops out. Marciulionis comes away with a rebound for St. Mary's. Marciulionis dribbling to his left. Picks it up. Short pass for Saxon. Big man, couple of dribbles to his left, fakes the handoff, gives it away to Marciulionis. Marciulionis picks up the dribble, gives it up to Saxon. Saxon backing down Huff. Gets into the paint. Can't get up a shot. Kicks it out to Ross. He fakes the three. Drives the one-hander from the lefty. Nowhere close. Gregg secures the rebound for Gonzaga. 3:35 to play. Nembhard's going to walk the ball up the floor. Coach Few makes the play call from the far sideline. Zags go to work. Nembhard to Huff. Back to Nembhard. Thought about the three. Pulled it down. Huff sets a screen for Ryan. Pulls up from the left wing. Jumper won't go down. Huff crashes the glass, but Barrett comes away with a rebound. Still a 5-point game. Marciulionis defended by Hickman. It goes to his right. And we've got a timeout called by Randy Bennett. It comes with 3:06 to play, 15 seconds on the shot clock. This timeout is going to extend into our full timeout. Media timeout. We are going to take it here in Las Vegas. Zags 52, Gaels 47, 3:06 to play. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Benz Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure. Or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Benz Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
BECU. You've heard the name, seen the letters. But what does BECU stand for? Simply put, not-for-profit BECU stands for people. For charting your own path. For choosing what's right for members instead of what's profitable for someone else. Because they are the reason our credit union exists. So we do everything in our power to help them reach their financial goals. BECU. Power in people. All Pacific Northwest residents are eligible to join. Federally insured by NCUA.
Jan from Toyota here. Feeling cooped up from winter? Well, now until March 31st is the perfect time for a new Toyota, like Camry, Grand Highlander, and more. So you can get back out there and do the things you love, like hitching up the boat to a tundra for a lake day.
I haven't water skied in a long time.
Live out your spring fantasies with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Go from dreaming it to driving it. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Zags fans versus Coug fans. The Northern Quest Winning Colors Challenge. Get your Gonzaga Campus Rewards card and play for the Zags. The fan base with most points wins $10,000 for the program. Details at northernquest.com. 3 minutes, 6 seconds to play. The Zags lead 52-47 over St. Mary's. Gaels have the basketball, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Barrett's going to inbound on the near sideline. Short pass into Marciulionis. Dribbles to his left. Ike's return with those 4 fouls. Kick out to Morauskas. He fires a 3. That one halfway down. That pops out. Ike tips the rebound. Huff chases it down. Good battle from Graham with that 4 fouls up there on the scoreboard. He knocked it away from Saxon. Nembhard on the left side in the front court. Picks up the dribble. Can't get it to Huff. Morauskas has a fistful of Braden's jersey. Still holding it. Here's Ike out top. He's looking down low. It's not there. And finally, they're going to call it. And Morauskas is complaining. I mean, look at Braden's jersey. It's pulled out of his shorts.
Retuck it in. Morauskas has had an awful game, to be fair. 0 for 7, 0 points, 4 fouls.
Just 4 team fouls on the Gaels in the second half. Nembhard's going to inbound on the baseline. Gets it into Hickman, coming off the screen. Picks up his dribble out to Ike at the 3-point line. Ike hands it back to Hickman. Hickman turns the corner, retreats now with the dribble, and pass out to Battle. Glances up at the clock, plenty of time, 12 seconds. Battle gets a screen from Huff, dribbling on the right wing. Loses control. Now it's at 5 seconds. Battle's going to go to work on Saxon. Step back, fires a 3. Wouldn't go down. Huff fights a rebound away from Luke Barrett. Big time play. Kick back out to Nembhard. Bulldogs will reset with 2:15 to play, leading by 5. Nembhard directing traffic. Comes to the left side with it. It's a screen from Huff. Driving, gives it back to Braden. Braden leans in. One-hander, good! All net! The Bulldogs lead back to 7.
What a sequence. He gets the offensive rebound, and then gets the short roll, 14-footer. Big-time bucket.
Under 2 to play. Marciulionis on the right side. Defended by Hickman. The screen from Saxon. Dribbles to his left. Pass to Saxon at the free throw line. A little one-hander for Saxon is in. And Randy Bennett is going to call another timeout with 1:44 to play.
Do you have any left?
I think that might be it. Or maybe one more up to see if we can read this on the stat monitor, Mo. Looks like the monitor's been a little bit close. That was their last timeout.
One.
Well, Bulldogs lead at 54-49, 1:44 to play. Well, at First Interstate, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you. Member FDIC. Braden Huff, that last bucket for the Zags, has 18 points. Ike with 11. Meanwhile, Saxon has 20 to lead the way for St. Mary's. Marciulionis with 12. So, Mo, 1:44 to play, up by 5. Where are you looking here?
Going to Huff or Ike inside, preferably Braden. I did like that last set. They ran some false action to get an open side ball screen with an empty corner, so it made it really difficult to rotate, and that's where he got that short roll, little floater. So I would imagine Coach Few's going to go to something similar. Empty aside, let your 2 guys are rolling and working a 2-man ball screen and just play off of that.
Zags by 5 with the basketball. And they'll come out of the huddle. Huff, Ike, Battle, Hickman, and Nembhard. Barrett, Mikey Lewis checks in. He's out there with Wessels, Marciulionis, and Saxon. Huff will inbound to Nembhard in the backcourt. Here come the Zags, and here come their fans. A little bit of noise as Nembhard walks it up the floor. Pass left side to Hickman. He's defended by Lewis. It's a screen from Huff. Dribbles away from pressure. Can't get it to Braden. Short one to Braden out 3-point line. Right back to Hickman. Hickman driving with the right hand, trying to throw it down low to Huff. The ball is knocked away by Saxon. Marciulionis comes away with it. Stripped away from behind by Hickman. And Ike comes away with a basketball for the Bulldogs.
What a hustle play from Hickman. Unbelievable.
Nolan Hickman, a fantastic play. Nembhard walks it across half court. We approach 1 minute to play. Gonzaga 54, St. Mary's 49. Shot clock at 10. Nembhard gets a screen from Ike, dribbles to his left. Gets to the rim, flips it up with the right hand, and in. Nembhard with the bucket. Zags lead 56-49. Mikey Lewis tried to get up a 3. He couldn't. Dribbles to his left, spins around, gives it up to Saxon. Now over to Barrett. Barrett, pass, knocked away by Battle. Hickman comes away with it. Alley-oop,
yes!
Battle throws it home. Zags by 9, 34 seconds to play.
What a terrific defensive stance. Gonzaga, the last 3 possessions, cap it off with an alley-oop dunk. Vegas is ours again, baby.
Yes, it is. Here's Marshallonis into the front court. They roll it up the floor. Gives it up to Lewis. He fires a 3. Lewis falls down. Ball is out of bounds, and the officials say last touch by the Bulldogs.
We'll review it.
Bulldogs want to review. Boy, Mikey Lewis was trying to draw a foul on that 3. There wasn't a defender within 2 feet of him, and he fell down. Coach Few wants a review of
you're
the
allowed.
Play, and the officials are
Gregory
not going to
Nixon's
give it to
upset,
him.
but this is why this rule is messed up.
Yep.
He knows it, but we get a free timeout, right? I mean,
Yep.
This is why you got to change this rule.
Yep. And Brian Michelson out there to greet Nolan Hickman. How about the defense he has played tonight, Mo? Phenomenal.
And what's the best part is he turns that over, and he's had some issues this season, and people have killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but then he hustles back and makes the biggest defensive play of the game, doesn't let it turn into a big-time momentum killer. Happy for that kid, right? Because he hasn't played great. He's been great all season, not tonight.
Yep.
But he's had some turnovers, and people kill him, and he makes the biggest defensive play of the game.
It's going to be St. Mary's basketball. 27.2 seconds to play. Shot clock resets to 20. Gaels look to get it in. They throw it into Barrett to three-point line. He's driving with the left hand, leans in, and scoops it in. 58-51, 23 seconds to play. Zags still have some work to do to finish this thing off. Inbound to Battle. Battle is body bumped by Saxon. And that's just the 15th foul on St. Mary's in the second half.
Got to run it again. Side OB now.
A couple of seconds ran off, 21.8. So Hickman will inbound from in front of the St. Mary's bench. Gets it in to Battle. Battle defended by Barrett. And Barrett is body bumps Battle. And that is 6 fouls. So Nemhard says, hey, we've got to do this one more time.
One more time. Your backline guys need to be live. Flash to the ball.
Hickman inbounds to Battle. He's trapped in the corner. A whistle and a foul. And they'll get Mikey Lewis. And now the Zags will step to the free throw line. It'll be Battle for the front end of a 1-and-1.
Still got to get over the finish line. Knock these free throws down. Ice the game.
Mike Ajayi is going to check in for Braden Huff.
What a game for Braden Huff.
Got the start and delivered.
Yep.
And Battle to the line for the front end of the 1-and-1. Comes up short. Saxon rebounds, hands it off to Marshallonis. Brings it into the front court, gives it up to Lewis. Lewis shoots a 3 over Ike. It's no good. Ajayi tips it away from Wessels into the hands of Hickman. He hands it off to Nemhard. Ryan is going to dribble it down. He leaves the ball for the official. The horn sounds. The Zags celebrate their 22nd West Coast Conference Tournament Championship. Gonzaga knocks off St. Mary's 58-51. Tell these kids it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, unbelievable. Great team effort tonight. Heart, character, Zags, all of it. Terrific.
58-51 the final score. Gonzaga secures the WCC Tournament Championship, and in doing so, the Bulldogs are headed officially to the NCAA Tournament yet again. Our final score, 58-51. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services is proud to sponsor Gonzaga Athletics. When it comes to your home or business, you deserve fast, reliable service, and that's exactly what you'll get. Our team is committed to delivering 5-star service with upfront pricing and free quotes on every job, so there's no surprises. Got a plumbing emergency? Don't wait. Call Shaw Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning today at 509-954-5273 or visit ShawPlumbingServices.com. We're the Zags' trusted team for reliable service every time.
The game is over, but plenty more is still to come. Welcome to the Numerica Credit Union postgame show. Numerica Credit Union. Life moves. Live well. Federally insured by NCAA. Here's the voice of the Zags, Tom Hudson.
Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you here at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas. And the celebration continues for the Bulldogs. Gonzaga, a 58-51 winner over St. Mary's to win the tournament title. Mo, we talked so much about a great start for the Bulldogs and what that would mean. Didn't have to be up by a lot, just not fall behind like you did in the 2 regular season meetings. Well, guess what? You got up by a lot. Great start, fantastic energy. The Zags open up a 16-5 lead.
Yeah, just kept the crowd in the basketball game, got our guys the confidence that they needed. It wasn't there the first 2 meetings, but we just jumped out with a ton of energy, made shots. Perfect way to start.
Yeah, the Bulldogs got up to 16-5, then actually 18-5 after Caleb Battle made a couple of free throws. That would prove to be the Bulldogs' biggest lead of the game as St. Mary's made a run. The Zags got up to a great start shooting the basketball. They were 9 out of 15. At halftime, however, they were just 14 out of 32. So Gonzaga makes just 4 of its last 17 shots in the first half, but still the Bulldogs had the lead at 33-31. In the second half, St. Mary's was able to tie the game. We had 1 tie in this basketball game. The Bulldogs, though, answered that, Mo. Just a couple of fantastic defensive stands. The Bulldogs forced 2 shot clock violations. Nolan Hickman made some fantastic defensive plays. The Bulldogs stood up to every challenge from St. Mary's. The Gaels cut the lead to 50-47. This time around, the Zags held them off.
Yes, it was so many 50-50 plays, hustle plays, tipping the ball, not giving up on situations where they had the advantage. That's what won the basketball game. It was terrific.
Bulldogs win it 58-51. We've got highlights, post-game interviews coming your way after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. When you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The next time you visit Northern Quest, we suggest bringing your sea legs and your lead foot. It's the $100,000 Benz Voyage giveaway. Play daily with your Camus Rewards card, and you could win a cruise line adventure. Or a brand new Mercedes GLC 300 with an inline-4 turbo. Tax and licensing included. Speeding tickets are on you, though. The Benz Voyage giveaway. Grand prize drawing March 31st. Details at northernquest.com.
We care about your safety. If you need to break ground on a new outdoor project, be aware that buried electric and natural gas lines can be anywhere. It's the law to call 811 at least 2 business days before you dig. Spray paint white lines showing your dig zone, and a crew will mark the utility lines. Mark accuracy zone is within 2 feet of the mark, so always hand dig to expose the line first. Call 811 before you dig. The service is free for residential customers. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh, scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza. At Papa Murphy's, dinner's easy and delicious. We make it fresh. Scratch-made dough, hand-chopped veggies, so you can bake it at home. Hot, fresh, and perfect every time. Try the Cowboy Pizza tonight for just $12.99. Order now at papamurphys.com. Change the way you pizza.
Living a healthy, happy life is built on a foundation of good habits, wholesome foods, plenty of sleep, regular exercise, and for women, a breast cancer risk assessment by age 25, and annual screening mammograms beginning at 40. Our convenient Spokane area locations make scheduling your mammogram easy. Schedule your exam today. Call 509-455-4455 or visit www.inlandimaging.com/appointments.
Spokane International Airport